You've already pressed the go button.
It's go time.
You asked if we were ready, and I looked, and I was like, "You've already put it as live." So there's no point in asking because we don't get an option.
We're not ready. Not ready.
Not ready.
Hello. Nice.
You genius.
There we go. Oh god,
Yay.
2 in a row.
God,
Professional.
suddenly it got so much clearer.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, no. Who
Right.
plugging your microphone in actually made you clearer?
All right, don't be saying it on the bloody tinterweb. They can hear you. All right, so tech hisses. We have tech hisses. Thanks, man. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. We are an RPG channel. Hello, faces. We do lots of RPGs. Last week was a bit quiet because it took me 3 hours to get home and I hated life. But we're here now and it's all good. So tonight we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. 5th ed. This is our Fables Among Titans campaign. This is session 27.
Indeed.
27?
8?
28. It's 28.
Yay.
It was 27.
It's 28.
You put
Don't look at
27.
me, I just got here.
It's
We're at the
Do
top
the
of
accent
every
now,
single
don't I?
time that we start.
it's 20
Then
summer.
it's 27 part 2 then.
27 part 2. Jesus Christ. Right, so yeah, welcome. We do loads of stuff. First of all, our sponsors that Sasha has volunteered to cover up with her lovely face because I didn't have any space on the overlay. But we've got Ruffworx Creative. They are an incredible leatherworker woodcrafter. Go check them out on Facebook. They are amazing. Ashana, who is a glass crafter and incredible. She will be streaming likely at the same time as we do, and we'll try and raid her at the end. Absolutely amazing talent, and I can't wait for her figurines to arrive in the UK so I can give them all to you people. Loki Battle Mats, who do the battle mats that you'll see on a Sunday and a Friday. They do A3, A4, A5, the big book of battle mats. You literally flip them open and boom, you've got terrain to play on for your lovely tables and groups. Absolutely incredible. They've got a Kickstarter. I've just started, just finishing something. Just go on Kickstarter and look for Lucky Battle Mats. But it's Taverns and Towns, and they've done all the internal stuff. It's amazing. They're really, really cool. And they do all the digital versions of all their physical stuff. So if you play on Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, etc., then you can use their virtual maps as well. It's got a drive-through RPG, and some of them are free, some of them are pay what you want, and some of them are a couple of quid. So go get them. They're amazing. My favourite sponsor, because I'm not biased whatsoever, but it's because he creates chibis and I love chibis, is Coyote Grey. And use the tokens we use in our Roll20 games throughout the entire week. I use as many of his chibi chibi tokens as I can. So you can go check out Coyote Grey on Roll20 and buy his packs of chibis. They are amazing. Lucky Battle Mats, Coyote Grey, Ruffworx Creative, Ashana. We use Syrinscape for our background music. It's really cool. Really, 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 really cool. I love it. So go check out Syrinscape. Roll bits. If you donate 200 bits to the session, this lot get a free re-roll. Mother Kipper. There we go, Mr. Dwarf Warrior. Oh, you even said Mother Kippers. Look, see, it's where we know each other. We're connected, Dwarf Warrior. We're connected. So if you donate 200 bits, it gives the party a free re-roll that they can only use on themselves, not me. They have to use it this session, and they can't have more than 5 at any one time. And, as we introduced, they're not allowed to use them on death saving throws. So if you roll and die, you die.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. So you've got 2 re-rolls already. It's like they know you've got a fight coming. So, Mel, Syrinscape sponsors bits.
Patreon.
We've got a Patreon page. If you're really into your 5e stuff, your D&D 5th edition stuff, we've got a Patreon page. It's only a couple of dollars a month, and we provide a e-magazine or e-zine that is written by myself and Rob, aka the Arcane himself. We have done 200 and plus nearly 300 pages this year. Issue 11 just dropped. Issue 12 this month is all about the Dragonborn and the dragons of Colossus that do not exist.
No dragons in Colossus.
So that's really cool. I just like to say on the Patreon stuff, the e-zine's called Arcane Script, and when we started it at the beginning of the year, we were blown away by the support people that have jumped on and thrown a couple of quid at it and given us feedback on the stuff that goes out there. It is filled with all the lore of Colossus, or at least as much as we can in those 20 plus, 30 plus pages each month. You get feats, spells, weapons, items, NPCs, some have adventures in them, hooks, subclasses, all you can think of for D&D 5th Ed stuff. It's very, very compatible for the 5th Ed rule system. And all the lore of Colossus. So if you watch us and you're really interested in the world building that me and Rob are doing, get it read. Some of it is vastly detailed. Yeah. Just go read it. The first issue is free, so go check it out. And next year we're bringing on 2 writers to help me and Rob as we want to do more and more and more, and we've got some really, really, really cool ideas. Next year will be known as the Year of the Everhammer, one of the constellations of Colossus.
It's gravy time.
It is indeed gravy time. PLF __ 0519. That's unique. Thank you very much for the follow. So, is that it, Mel? Am I done? Yeah, thank you. I get a nod. I'm getting the nod. Now we have a recap. Let's get some music going for the recap. PLF, you're about to have a recap. When I put some really cool music on. Oh, there we are. Oh, Jesus Christ. On Syrinscape. I have to turn it up and down throughout the show. So let me know if it's too loud, too quiet for yourselves. It might have just been really loud. Bam, ba, bam. So, this lovely bunch of coconuts, one's as big as your head.
Diddly, diddly, diddly.
Diddly, diddly. Are on their way to Lurek. They're on the way there to possibly mug a vampire companion of the Death Knight known as Ulrich, because said vampire companion is holding the Horn of the Yamar, a very it's an artifact of the elemental plane of air. And not so long ago, Kesfion said, "We'll get it back for you if you stop helping Ulrich," and they said, "Deal." So they're going to Lyric to try and get it back. On the way there, they pass through the Realm of Souls, the Copper Forest, the crossing over of the Material Realm and the Fair Realm. It has not been a smooth, straight path at all, but they have made it out and they are back in the material world. They said goodbye to their 7'7" Oni friend, who was gone to search for his long-lost love. And along the way, they've made a friendship of sorts amongst themselves, but recently they've just bumped into the Reapers of Kashai, who are a blood-hunting order who specialise in taking out unliving. So the tales go. In meeting them, they have met Ozra, a cleric, who is played by lovely Sasha, guesting on the show.
Hi, everyone.
And they have met Ruby, the very, very, very attractive, covered in mud human druid.
Yeah. I believe the term Disney princess at Coachella was bandied around.
That's the one.
That's the one.
We ain't building no snowman. So, the party have travelled with the Reapers of Kashai and have made their way to Lyric. When they got to Lyric, what they have noticed is there is a beautiful blue sky above the town and the surrounding area, and it has not changed even when they tried to get some rest. It still remained a beautiful blue sky, no clouds, no rain, which is a very surreal thing for those common to Ravenholm. Once they got to Lyric, they parked up. The Reapers have put their caravan to the large stables as you first enter Lyric. The town is incredibly busy with as many cultural fashions as can be pointed out from across Colossus all around you in the market, as you see a multitude of people representing different countries in just what their attire comes across as. As you're all just sorting out your bags, checking straps and such, Ozra had a bit of a perusal, a scanned glance over the crowds massing in the market squares, and just seeing some of the behaviour that the shoppers are doing and snippets of conversation, it sounds like the entire town is preparing for a wake to, well, you all know what a wake is, so yes. They're preparing for a wake. You are in the town of Lyric. It is towards an evening time, like very early evening. Sorry. You've just parked up the wagons and such. The town is yours, as you wish. 3, 2, 1. You're at the stables. Go.
Ruby's not doing too good. Ruby has never seen this many people, ever, let alone in one place, and she is seriously considering staying here with the horses where it's ostensibly safe.
It's alright, the siblings are equally like...
Nope.
For those used to
Nope.
populated areas, this would be a small town.
Harry's quite happy. He's chill.
Harry's looking for the tavern.
Where's the tavern?
Harry's
Where's the
kissing the
tavern?
cobbles.
No, thank you, it's no longer forest.
Also as a reminder, the architecture of Lyric is as ancient as it has been all over Ravenholm. Ravenholm is well known for when it was built by the first human kingdom that was here, human empire that grew from here. The architecture's never had to change. It stood strong and has remained so. So it's a very old, ancient, almost Gothic's a bit strong, but it's got that flavouring of it in the architecture. And the streets are indeed cobbled.
Sapphire's looking around to see if there's any signs with a red octopus on them. Because that's all he knows to look for.
Everywhere. The House of Lilies run the province that you are currently in, and they are very, very proud of displaying their blue banners with the red octopuses on. Give me a perception check. FYI, folks, Sapphire is not on camera tonight. Instead, we have Sapphire.
That was a dirty 20 for a perception.
Cool. You have a scan around. You do not see the door that you saw in the scry.
Okay.
He didn't see the door in the sky.
He doesn't. But it was
I think
it
Luke is saying the scry didn't show a door.
No,
did.
I didn't.
But you didn't.
I didn't think that Sapphire saw the scry.
No, but you told him about the door.
Yeah, you told
Okay.
us afterwards.
I gave you a really good description of this door, partly. Cool.
He does not see a red door with a octopus on it. Whatever you're looking for, Sapphire, you don't see.
Adi, am I right in saying that Ari's never been to this town?
You've never been to Lyric before. You've been on the edges of the province. What the House of Lilies is well known for is wizards. Like, they are absolutely batshit crazy, but incredibly talented wizards. It seems to come hand in hand, apparently. Other wizards in Ravenholm, not so batshit. These lot, absolute Fruit Loops.
They are incredibly insane.
But it's also a very well-known area of Ravenholm that is... there are quite a lot of vineyards up and down the coastal areas. If people are wanting fine wines and such, it comes out of this land, this province.
So what I'm hearing is we're gonna get fantastically smashed on good wine.
For 3 hours.
No, we're going to find the Horn of the Ymar and get the heck out of Dodge. Have you not been paying attention, Sister Dearest?
That too.
From his memory of, because when we had the scry, it kind of like did a sort of bird's eye pan and sort of very atmospheric cinematic pan through streets. Did it seem like it was like closer to the water? Did it seem like it was nearer to like the city centre, the town centre?
Give me a perception check.
Can do.
Also, Adi, since this is on the coast, can I assume that this town does have docks?
It does indeed. You saw them on your way in.
Yeah.
You saw
That's
the
fine.
tall masts.
21.
You've come in at the south side of the town, and the docks are obviously at the north side.
Okay, cool.
21 on your perception check.
Yep.
You recall this scry and the limited range it gave you around the door. You are not entirely sure where it would be, but you do remember the clear sound of a shipping bell.
Okay, cool. I guess Kess will just kind of have a look round the rest of the party, see if they seem to be like finishing up whatever it is they're kind of up to, and then he'll kind of like share a nod with Sandria, and they'll probably head off towards the dockside.
Yeah. Whilst we're going to the docks as well, I am actively listening out to see if I can hear anything about the Civil War, because we don't know how the South are faring with the House of the Forged and the House of Ravens, so I'm just actively listening to see if anybody mentions anything. Eh?
And the Eagles will have you know.
Yeah, but, you know.
You're coming along too, or not. Listen to your own place.
It's just you were like, we're going off, and I was like, oh, okay.
I mean,
So,
Are we? Because Ruby is pretty much just standing there, you know, looking like completely lost.
so Brashhammer walks over to the half of you that are staying and half of you that are leaving type thing. So, you're lot done with us.
I mean, I think so.
Possibly.
We're already gone. We don't get an option.
Oh, we don't get an option. We've gone. Cool. Just checking. Just checking where we had.
Who's still at the caravan? Ari,
There he is.
Ruby, Sapphire.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Ozra's not just gone on a side quest.
Just doing her own thing by everyone.
Just
I shall
disappear.
find my ancient temple.
I shall reclaim my father's sword.
Yes.
No.
Oh, you mean this one here,
You
Ozra?
did
You
say
left
she
it
was
back.
guesting.
Yeah. Well, see, there's empty
No,
one. That's
I'm
what you
back.
lot doing.
Yeah, I think we're going to go and sort out what we need to sort out. But thank you so much for the accompaniment on the road and helping us on the way. Brilliant. Thank you so much.
No worries. Do you know this place well?
Not really.
Usually, no.
Alright, well that didn't help. There's quite a lot of people here. They don't look like they're from Ravenholm.
I also noticed that on my reception last time because I wrote the same thing down. Clarifying that before I also join in on this one.
I was always led to believe it's mainly humans around here. Seems to be everyone here. That's two elves over there speaking to an orc. Could make a joke out of that.
Quite regularly as humans, but I guess sometimes they're more metropolitan than others.
I don't know what that word means, but let's assume that it means people.
Would the Reapers know of any event like occurring in Lyric currently, or like about to be occurring as we were arriving?
So what you do notice is the apprentices aren't got a clue, but you do see that Owlbearer and Eleanor are definitely watching the crowd. You get the feeling they might have spotted similar things to yourself. Whether the exact same, you're unsure, but they definitely spotted something that they're not, that they want to keep an eye on in the crowds. But there's no one speaking of we knew an event was happening type thing, but they may have spotted a curiosity in the crowd.
Okay.
Brashhammer, not a clue.
And we love him for it.
Well, we're going to be here for a few days. Do his thing. Seems like there's might just go mingle, to be fair, but yeah, you know where we are if you need us.
Brilliant, thank you.
No worries. What are you doing, Ozra? Sticking around? You offer a mooch? What are you doing?
You don't need me immediately, do you?
Nah, I think we're on an hour and a half for a day or two. Spend some time in the town.
Okay.
We got some job information to find.
Need to know, huh?
Yeah.
Caspian mentioned potentially needing some help, so I might stick around with these lot for a little longer, if that's alright.
No worries. You've got about 2 days before we move on. Hopefully, the information will be accurate. Just be careful around here. Like, I've never seen. It's just weird. He's completely baffled by the amount of culture in this central area. Why is it not one-sided?
I'll try and sort of keep an ear to the ground about that as well. but I'll keep checking in.
Please do, please do. Right, well, I've got shit to shove. Shit to move. And been drinking already. In fact, you'll probably find me in a tavern.
Good to know.
Do you know where the tavern is from here? Sapphire asks, hopefully.
He just points over there. He is pointing at nothing, just at the crowd. And then walks off to start moving stuff.
Thank you for your help. Should we catch up with the others?
That's
You all right, Ruby?
So many people. I didn't think this far ahead.
That's okay. Like, they're horrible, but like, if you imagine they're trees, it makes it easier. Just pretend it's a really thickly populated forest.
That moves and shouts at you.
They're horrible, but if you just pretend they're trees, it gets easier.
It's better than
Cheap
imagine
yourself.
everyone's naked, I suppose.
Sapphire also does not like people.
As
This
you
party
are,
does not like people. The only person who likes people is Ari.
Not that I don't
Osram
like
might
people, it's just
be-
that I've like not met many.
That's because you're a Disney princess.
as you are getting ready to move away from the caravan, you see Owlbearer walk over, and he taps you on the shoulder, Ruby, and you turn to see the very large Goliath in his brass plate armour, and he starts moving his hands to communicate with you, and he gives you a sharp knife, quite a small one, and a piece of wood that you, and he starts showing you how to whittle the wood.
oh.
And then he signs more to you, and then just looks at Ozra to translate, and he basically says, "This will keep you calm."
Well, thank you.
He just
Is
nods.
there anything I can give you?
He looks at Ozra, looks back at you, and walks away.
I'll
Beautiful.
shout after him, and then sign back to him. Be careful.
He returns returns the what's the word? Ditto. There you go.
He returns ditto.
Couldn't remember the word. And you are left to ponder the town of Lyric. So, Xandria and Kesrion, you are ahead. What are you doing? Where are you going? Just ploughing into the crowds? Xandria summoning a spear and demanding to know where it is.
Where is it?
God damn it, I will have level 7.
Just grabbing passers-by. Where is it? Where's what?
Where's what?
Where are they?
Where are they? Yeah.
I imagine we're a little bit more like, blending into the crowd. Not.
It
really
does
trying to-
feel like when you look around, you see elves, orcs, dwarves, goblins, kobolds, gnolls, humans.
But I guess what we're doing, like I say, listening out for just passing comments on things that might be of interest to us, and like Luke said, heading down sort of to where we assume the docks are.
So it is a small town, and the docks are pretty easy to find. You just follow the masts. Give me perception checks as you are keeping an ear out. Are you keeping an ear out for the same stuff, Kess, or are you doing other things?
Mostly he is focused on trying to orientate based on the sky, so kind of going, okay, looking at the different door surrounds, etc. as they're passing, and trying to see if he can hear the sort of ship spell, to see if it sounds about as far away, etc. Less caring about what everyone else is doing. He's probably not even noticed that it seems odd, in fairness. That is 17.
I got a 21.
21. Cool. So, 2 seconds. Nope.
Troll! Troll!
Hey, troll. Right. This is annoying me now. Thank you for the raid, troll. So, Kess, as you are listening out, you hear the many shipping bells going off, and you try to focus. They all sound the same. There might be a very slight ding difference, but there's just quite a lot of noise of the people going on around you. But you do feel that towards the northeastern side of the town might be similar.
Yeah.
In the whole hot cold sort of thing. But doors wise,
It was less for trying to hear a specific bell and more like.
Yeah, you're trying to hone
like,
in.
And more like is that how like loud or quiet more?
Yeah.
Like to try and work out how.
As you're moving
how
around,
far from thing.
as you're moving the market square, you feel that
Yeah.
the same noise or same tone would be towards the northeast of the town. Zandria, you listening out for basically news or anything that's going on, etc. There are... Everyone here talks the same.
Right.
So when you look around, you see a multitude of cultures, but they all have a similar accent to Aries. And they're all talking... They're all talking the same. That's probably not a great description. However, they're all talking about the South starting a civil war. You get the feeling that Lyric itself has not experienced anything during the war, but there are stories and word and news that is coming into the town. Thank you very much. Coming into the town. But they speak more of the South started it, that the House of Falcons is basically doing a coup to try and take control and step away from waiting for a new monarch and taking it for themselves. No longer do they want to be stewards. They want to be the new monarch. There are rumours that the House of the Forged are using their skills to make weapons and such to aid the South, and they're being used to devastating effect on the House of Tor and Ulrich. There's lots of stories of Ulrich barely getting away from attacks and such. The South have allied themselves with the nightmare creatures of the Copper Forest. There's a very bad guy sort of mentality going on to do with the South. You hear tales of a warrior from the South who spins two blades, who Ulrich is looking for.
When I hear that, I'll just kind of side glance at Kess, unsure if he's heard the same thing.
He has
Start
not.
whistling casually.
He's not. He's
not
looking for
listening. Okay,
He's
well,
Kess does not have a clue.
as soon as I hear that, and like I say, I will side glance at you, Kess, and just go, "Oh God, you're in trouble."
He'll probably just be like back to.
Looks like
Looking for
Ulrich's
his
looking
lures.
for you.
There is quite a strong vibe of autumn's fall. It has fallen. There's a lot of different variations of them saying the last leaves have fallen. All hail winter. But they're quite happy that they appear, or that they are led to believe that they are winning the civil war, and that the baddies in the South started it.
Oh, you simple-minded fools. Okay, well, that's good information to have and be aware of, so I can make a mental note of that to pass on to everyone else. And like I said, I will pass into comment to Kess that Ulrich is looking for you. And hopefully the response will be the response he actually just gave.
Literally just
Come again. You lot make your way into the crowds. What are you doing specifically? Are you looking for Kess and Zandria?
Harry with me has been keeping an eye on and kind of following. Obviously knows that Cass saw the original stride, so he's like, he's going to know more about where he's going.
Okay. So you go mulching through. Did you take your sash off?
I took my sash off.
Where's your rapier?
Still on my hip.
Cool.
has he done?
Oh no!
I am the eagle. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've got no eagle. I've got no sash on.
I nicked this off the
Fine.
eagle. Oh, did you? Okay, so you're pottering through. You do notice that Sapphire and Ruby are not gliding through the crowds as smoothly as you do, Harry. And it's
Probably
you.
kind of glances back towards them and is like,
Well, just keep up. You do notice that Ozra has gone with you, and she's not with the Reapers. So the four of you are making your way through the crowds. You do see Cass and Zandri a little bit ways off, but it'll take you a couple of minutes to catch up. The market square is absolutely rammed. There's so many colours here of all the variations of clothing people are wearing. And you see, just off to your left, Brashhammer walk into a inn called the Beggar and Flagon. About 200 feet to your left.
Beggar and Flagon. Oh, good. No, Mel's writing it down. Cool.
I love how you all rely on me to make notes. I see.
I literally was like, I'm going to grab a pen, and then I saw you writing. I was like, okay. Sapphire's going to be like kind of almost not. He's going to be like trying to shield Ruby from the crowd somewhat.
Oh.
Using his size to kind of keep people away from her as much as he can.
Give us a perception check, Sapphire.
Oh, 24.
Oh, Jesus. There are 3 tabaxi in front of you and slightly off to the left, yeah? 2 of a almost leopard / cheetah look. Like, it's quite confused. Like, you swear blind. You look at them and you're quite confused as to how, like, which one are they type thing. And then there's one that is a bit like a Norwegian forest cat. But they
friend.
on your 24, there's 2 things you notice. One, all 3 of them are using a glamour to look like that, and you see the shift in it as you stare at them. And all 3 of them are looking at you in awe. Like they've never seen a tabaxi before.
I'll look over at them and kind of smile and wave.
They, in the most fan person way possible, wave back.
You just invented fantasy furries, Aiden.
No.
Oh no, why?
It's too late. You waved at them.
Yeah.
Too late.
Suffer the consequences.
With my entire tabaxi monk speed, I would like to run.
Oh,
Step
jeez.
the wind.
There he goes.
Just push
Step
Ruby
of the
out
wind,
the way.
feline agility. Let's get the shit out of here. Sapphire is really curious. So I can tell they're glamoured, but I don't know what they are under the tabaxi.
Correct.
Okay. Are they hanging around near anything? Are they doing anything?
They're just part of the crowd. And the crowd is packed. It is a very, very busy market square. And if you look at all the stalls, they're full of Vey clothing, clothing from Surut that you'd wear in the desert, clothing from back home in Viconia, the heavy furs and such. It's like someone's travelled the world, collected a load of stuff, and is now selling it on several markets. Even the herbs and spices and potion bottles, there's all a element of different designs and flavourings that are from all over the world. I mean, you've spent a lot of time in Viconia and Vey, 2 very different cultures, and you see both aspects of them here. Weapons that you see, some of the blades that are on for sale have that curved longsword style that you notice from Vey, or the thicker broadswords from the north. You see swords like Kesfion's. You see, bows that are short and curved rather than long. There is a lot of everywhere else here, and the people are just as packed and different as the items that they're selling.
The fake tabaxi.
Yep.
What kind of clothing is? I guess their glamour showing.
the two leopard / cheetah are wearing clothing similar to Kess and Zandria. The Norwegian forest cat is similar to across the border from Viconi into Savai, what the grey orcs wear. They wear less leathers and fur and more plate, chain, and fur.
Okie dokie. Okay, well, I'm not going to try and I won't get too far away from Ruby, because he.
Oh
feels
no,
like he needs to-
Ruby recognizes very few people, and you kind of stand out. So she's basically just following you, like when you're playing an MMO and you hit R to just follow another character around. That's basically what she's doing right now.
Okay, then he'll be keeping an eye on Ari and Ozra, but will kind of steer towards the three tabaxi
Okay.
through the crowd.
They're only about 40, 50 feet from you, so it won't take you long to get there. Are you staring towards them to interact, or just staring towards them?
No, moving towards them to interact. Yeah, I will. As I get closer, go. Hi, could not help noticing you staring. Hiya.
Hello? Wow. And they sort of step forwards, but then back. The two leopard do not speak at all, and they're like, "How do you make it look so real?"
Not really. As metropolitan
Shut up, yo.
as it looks.
Shut up, yo.
Oh, I was born like this. I'm not using magic to look like this. This is me.
Absolutely gobsmacked. And a few people nearby, like you see a couple that have got really long pointed ears, same as Kess and Zandria's. Others that have got shorter pointed ears. There is a dwarf with a bald head and a single blonde braided beard, and they sort of all turn and look at you as if you've just spoken absolute gobbledygook. What do you mean you were born like this? Is that just not... And they're sort of now eyeing you up, trying to figure out where the magic is taking hold.
Like, they might notice on his face that he's doing a bit of a regret.
Much regret.
Oh no.
Oh,
Ruby
no.
sort of like taps you on the arm, like, and sort of like tries to do like an indoor voice, but like, are they all right? Like,
And his like full like 6'6" frame leans down a bit and is like, I don't know. Like, he doesn't really know how to do a stage whisper either.
They are all, or the ones that speak and sort of just mention your really, really good glamour, all have a similar accent to Ari. None of them have your tones of the north, or even the tones of the south, the far south. Is that
No,
so? You're an actual tabaxi, one of the. They go all notepad and pen. So you are one of the cat folk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I am. Yeah, I'm part of the northern tribes.
Can you do magic?
No, I can't do magic.
Can you roar? And they all look excited. Yeah. Can you roar?
Can I roar? I mean, I guess. And he is going to let out the same kind of roar he does when he comes out of his rage. So his rage, he goes into a kind of calm. When he comes out of it, he always lets all of the emotion go at once in a big roar, and he will do that in the midst.
Is this a Mufasa roar?
Yeah, full Mufasa roar.
As long as it's not Simba, you know what I mean? Ooh, do it again. So, as you are mid, I'm not going to do it because baby's asleep. But as you are mid roar, they are all they're all stunned. But one of them reacts and lobs a cantrip at you of thaumaturgy, and it booms out across the market square.
Oh,
And
shit.
to the point, even Sapphire's like, oh, what the fuck?
Why?
And it just booms out across the market square. So many of the people turn and just start looking. There is a brief moment of silence immediately in front of you. There's still noise beyond it. And then a round of applause. They just start clapping, going absolutely nuts of what they've just seen. And then you've now got a good 30, nearly 40 people trying to ram around you. Like completely entranced by the fact that there's a 6'6" real white lion who just roared like the mountains themselves had fallen.
People are fucking insane.
Yep, they can love
That's
us.
Well,
pretty
we
much
are in
what
the House
Ruby's
of the
thinking, and
Lilies.
she's sort of backing into a wall, and the quarterstaff, which I don't think I mentioned when I described Ruby. But oops, yeah. So about the same height as her again, with a shepherd's crook at the top, solid hawthorn. This thing could really, which has been used as a sort of innocent-looking-ish walking staff slash. Why is she carrying around a shepherd's crook where there are no sheep? Is now slightly starting to be held in front of her in a way that suggests that it might not just be for use as a walking stick. Kind of starting to freak out now.
Some Rafiki coming out. There is a lot of people like compressing in on Sapphire at the minute. Ari, you do notice that you are so happy to be back among people and back in everyone around you. You notice that no one's really paying you that much attention. There is a lot of eyes on Sapphire, fair amount on Ruby. No one's paid any attention to Kess or Zandria.
Yes.
Who messages Ruby?
I don't have a thing.
You don't need it. I have messaged.
You can reply to this
You
message.
can reply to it. He messages Ruby, get out of there, follow me.
How?
You can reply.
Just leave.
just how? It's all that comes
Sneak out.
back.
Sneak
Like,
out.
how?
This is like 4 spells.
That's fine, it's a cantrip.
Exactly. With that, Ari will just come back towards Ruby. It's just like,
Cool, you easily make your way through the crowd. You've done this 1,000 times. Ruby, you've got Ariston next to you.
he messages Sapphire. We're gonna go catch up with you later.
Sapphire will reply, yeah, get you 3 out of here. I'll keep these distracted. I guess.
Why is the cat juggling?
And
Why is he jumping through fire?
How close
I'm
to
the lion
Ruby?
from Madagascar. Yes.
How close are you to Ruby, Ari?
like right next to her.
Right, there's a mouse at your eye level. Like looking at you, and you're now close enough to realise or to find out what somebody smells like when they've been sleeping rough for a year.
Ugh.
Not like you, Harry, is what the answer is. Yeah, no cherry perfume around it.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. Let's go follow the guys and see if we can try and get out. Let's go.
Ruby, do you follow Harry?
At this point, Ruby is so far out of her comfort zone, she's pretty much just doing what she's told.
Cool. What are you doing with Osra? Osra, are you following Harry? Or are you staying with the massive...
I would have sort of waited in the direction that we were going, watched Ari go to get Ruby, and just waited for them to come back. She's chill with this.
Yeah, it's just a Tuesday. So,
It's just Tuesday.
you three are together. Kess and Zandria, you keep walking around. You're closer to the docks now. Kess, you're kind of looking back towards the buildings and then towards the ships, and again trying to use your, dolphin sonar apparently to work out roughly. And the collection of houses, if you turn your back to the dock in front of you, are as good a bet as any. But it's a good clump of them with back alleys and streets and cobblestone streets going around. Sort of just like 3 houses, red, blue, and wood, straw, and brick.
He'll kind of give a nod towards that direction. I think it's possibly somewhere in amongst that.
I mean, this area.
Yeah, it'll be down the narrowest, darkest alley. Look.
With skulls
And he
and
just
crossbows
heads
everywhere.
It does sound like it would be something that would be in a shady part of town.
It is evening time.
Do you know where the others are? Like he just assumed everyone was coming
following.
Literally just looked around like, wait a minute, was there more
just,
of us?
just a
minute
pair
ago?
of them just kind of go, wait.
This encounter just got dangerous.
We appear to
Late
have
evening, it's still sunny.
we do appear to have lost the others.
I do. Do we want to wait?
There's a good chance you can see Sapphire.
There's a good chance we can see Sapphire. Oh,
And the
Plus you can
crowd
hear
around
Sapphire.
He is definitely, the clump around him is definitely more focused on him than just the
Rawr.
general busy. Yeah. You did hear the booming roar as well.
yeah, we could just wait here for them to catch up.
Yeah, should we help Sapphire?
Nah,
That's about right.
just leave him there. He seems fine.
I'm not sure. Like, I don't think they're fighting him, but I don't think he seems. I wouldn't probably use the word fine.
What's the look on Sapphire's face currently?
Overwhelmed. He looks shocked and like he doesn't really know what he's doing, but
No, he's fine.
Resigned to his situation.
basically, yeah, he's settled into it, but he doesn't look
Well,
like he
this
knows
is
what
my
he's
life
doing.
now.
He's fine, Cass. If he really wanted, he could just leave. He does have legs, and he is taller than pretty much everyone here. And also,
You're old enough and
heavier.
ugly enough to deal with it yourself.
Yes, he's a big cat. He can get himself out of that situation quite easily. He just needs to move forward, and I imagine they'll fall pretty fast if they don't move out of his way.
You do see Ari, Ozra, and Ruby coming through the crowds towards you.
Oh, good. We don't have to wait long then.
Should we leave him? I'm not. I'm not sure that.
He said he was fine.
Yeah, but these people are weird.
Says the woman that's just slept a year outside and talks to
Nice
animals.
here. But yeah.
These people are weird, man.
Yeah, spent a year sleeping outside. Still not a furry. Still not glamoured to look as maybe a leopard, maybe a cheetah. Probably didn't watch enough David Attenborough to work out which they wanted to be.
You spend your entire life talking to wannabe furries, aka animals.
Still not a furry.
So what are you doing?
Well, we are standing waiting for the others to get
They're
close
there.
enough.
They are there to
So
talk to.
right.
I think it's somewhere in. And you're just
Shady.
kind of like.
Shady nook.
Gesture vaguely. And
You think what's in there?
The place we are looking for.
Right?
And you're planning to just walk into this place? Do you have a plan?
No.
Wow, our group got a person with sense.
Would be the guess, would it?
Hey guys!
Temporary sense.
You can have one session of sense.
That's a treat.
It's a treat.
I don't want that.
want that.
The plan, as far as it goes so far, is to one, locate the place and then work on the rest of the plan.
Okay.
We're not entirely sure. Bar the fact that it is a door, we don't know anything about it. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
All right then.
We're good last-minute planners. We're not good at future planning.
We're not good at planning at all. And he just heads off. into...
What Kess said.
As this conversation transpires, it suddenly dawns on you all that the clear blue sky has gone, and it is nighttime.
Oh no, it's nighttime. Oh no.
Is it actually nighttime, like sort of body clockwise, or because didn't we arrive in the morning?
Yep. So it is
So how much time has passed?
maybe an hour by the time you'd buckled up and sorted the stables out.
You've been saying all session it's early evening. Or did you just mean looking at the sky it's early evening?
Looking at the sky, it's early evening. Now it's night time.
Yeah, because we long rested before we came
Yeah,
here.
Did you know, guys, we've got 7 minutes.
To save the world.
Save the world.
I thought the big plan we had was to scope out the place and then look at it in the morning.
Big enough, yes. Find the place, have a quick look around. If we can gauge what could possibly be waiting inside for us, then bonus points. But
I mean, we know
we're not
what's
planning on
going
going. We're not planning on going in tonight.
But it's not
Unless
night,
they're
is
out.
it? This is it's all gone wrong.
It
It's
was
not
daytime.
nighttime. It was. We come in for breakfast.
Yeah, your druid clock's going mad.
Yeah, Ruby's freaking out.
The
I'm just
sooner-
looking at the
Like
sky.
she was having a nice gap year, like camping in the rain and talking to badgers, and now she meets these people, and suddenly the weather's gone wrong. Birds are evil, and
She's Chicken Little and the sky's falling.
Falling. Standard
yeah.
day. Standard day for this lot.
They've spent so long in the realm of souls and the copper forest. Like,
Yeah,
everyone's
time
through-
time literally means nothing to us anymore. We don't get bothered by it.
So much jet lag.
The sooner you stop trying to understand it, Ruby, and just deal with what's directly in front of you.
What's
the easier
directly in
you'll-
front of you is that someone is doing something.
Someone's
If it's
always
morning,
doing something.
it should look like morning, but it doesn't, so that means somebody's making it not look like morning, and they're doing it everywhere, so there's either a lot of people doing it, or one person's very, very good at it, and I find that quite frightening, if I'm honest.
We are in, you know, the province of wizards, and they're insane, so it is highly possible that they are just dicking around with time.
It'll be fine.
It'll be okay.
And he just keeps going.
Yeah.
Ruby now just like zeroes in on Osra just with a look that says, "Are you hearing this shit?"
I'm hearing this shit.
Like silent conversation, like
No, I like the idea that Ozra verbally responded with,
No,
I'm hearing this
I'm
shit.
hearing this shit. Just gonna roll with this shit.
The siblings have again just taken off. They are just not phased by this.
So you're going to walk into the alleyways looking for the door, yeah?
Yep.
Gonna go looking for a vampire down a shady alley at night.
What could
That's my
possibly
plan.
go?
What could
Did I
possibly go
stutter?
wrong?
Do you three follow them?
Yep.
Cool.
well, I don't have any choice now, do I? Because I'm not staying here alone in the mystery nighttime.
You walk towards the Sapphire. Are you staying in the crowds?
Yeah, like Sapphire
Cool.
will try and keep an eye, like flashing an eye over at them to see if he can figure out where they're going, but
You
He's
can
gonna
see
keep
the
the crowd
cluster of
entertained.
houses they go into.
Okay.
After your high perception to start with, you spot your lot way easier than this lot around you. And you see them wander off and then go down and disappear out of sight as they enter a couple of alleyways at the cluster of buildings towards the northeast down towards the docks. Yep.
So once they vanish from sight, I'll try and start making my excuses and making my way out of the crowd. I'll say that I'm going to be here for a few days, so, you know, if people want to chat, they could buy me drinks in the tavern and stuff. Feel free to find me later.
As you say that, there is a voice directed straight at you. I would like to buy you a drink, if you would stay.
Son of a bitch!
Damn it! You motherfuckers are just impatient, right? As you turn, Sapphire, to the voice, you see a long black-haired...
It's gravy time.
Not necessarily pale skin, but there is an element of blood drainage from the colouring of their skin. It's slightly darker than some of the tales might have told you. She has a look that is shared with Kesfion and Xandria, not in their elven nature, but someone of the desert. Their attire is a bit of a bastardization of what you've seen Ari wear and what you've seen Kes and Xandria wear, as if they are of two worlds. And she stands there in finery. The clothing is very finely made. There does not appear to be a glamouring around her clothing. On her hip, there appears to be a ram's horn. On her back, there is a curved greatsword, as if someone had made one of Kesfion's blades really big.
Sapphire will look around and then
Realise he's
kind of
alone.
sigh a little bit. Bow his head slightly and go, I would be utterly honoured to join you for a drink.
You please me greatly. Have you ever been to the Beggar and Flagon?
This is my first time in town.
Please follow. And as she turns, the crowd parts. You do notice that she is not wearing any iconography or symbology of the House of Lilies. Instead, you see a almost badge upon her left upper chest of the House of the Red Lady. A empty redded hood and cloak. And she starts walking towards the tavern that you saw Brashhammer enter, which is in the opposite direction of your lovely friends.
Sapphire like throws a last sad glance towards the houses where they all went.
Help me!
Bottom lip going and everything.
Wishes he could cast message and follows this. Follows her into the tavern.
Harry's like that. What's that, lassie? Sapphire fell down a well with a vampire.
I should believe it.
And you follow maybe a vampire to the pub. What a sentence. You lot disappear into the alleyways of the buildings and are looking for the building with the red door. Give me a investigation check, Kess, if anyone's helping you at advantage.
Sure, I'll help.
Cool. Ozra. So with advantage, investigation.
I'd like to roll a perception check
Investigation.
because I trust nothing right now.
That is a 17 with advantage.
That is a 19 perception check.
What are you looking for? What are you trying to perceive?
Fuckery.
When you asked what they were looking for.
Any kind of clue as to.
Well, when you said, what's we going in this way for, Xandra's response was to find the thing we're looking for.
Just. I don't. Ruby
If
has
it's-
no idea what she's looking for. She just doesn't trust this alleyway, so she just.
Okay, so on your perception check of 19, you do notice that the alleyway is very well crafted. Now, you come from the Torren Highlands, where there is a lot of underground work goes on as well as on the surface. And the way these alleyways and small roads have been made, because they're not just dark and dingy alleyways, they've been designed very well and very expertly to allow you to get to every single building from every single possible entrance or back entrance via the roads. There's no blocked off back door or anything like this, and they've been really well made. They're very smooth. The cobbles are well maintained, and you do notice that there is an element of expert craft that's gone into their design and these streets and such. Kess, on your investigation check of 17, did you say?
Yep.
Takes you about 15 minutes going around all the houses, looking around, turning again to hear the bell of the dock ships, turning back around, trying to gauge whether you're backward to the dock or whether you were facing the dock in the scry. And you do eventually come across a short, one-storey... Is one story a bungalow, or is one story two?
Yeah.
Come across a
single story.
Yeah. So you come. I'm all over this descriptive DMing. You come across a single-story building that is pretty wide, but real low. So the roof, you could probably take a running leap and park or up it. It's that short a roof. It has a almost squared off top, and then off centre you see a wooden door with red stains on the wood and a red octopus, and it's slightly off centre. But the building itself is just ancient, old grey ironstone, and this slightly off centre red door. No fanciness.
Do the other buildings around it, because obviously from your sort of description of it, this place is like some actual level of town planning has gone into it. Do the other buildings in the kind of immediate area look like...
They look like dock stores, where barrels and sacks and crates would be kept.
But do they look like they're of a similar kind of like...
No, they are...
You know when...
They don't fit. This building stands out.
Okay.
Its coloration looks... New is probably the wrong word. It's still old and ancient, but it looks newer than the rest of the buildings around it.
The alleyways, when I was looking at them, all the very small roads, are they quite dirty?
I know that's
Or are they
that's what
very
you that's
well
what you
kept?
noticed is they're very well maintained.
Unlikely to find rats.
Probably find a rat or two. It's still the dock area, but it's just not. It's not a shithole. Do you know what I mean? They get swept often, but you know you're on a docks. There's still sacks of grain and dry meats and stuff. You're still going to find. Do you want to talk to a rat?
I might.
You do see the odd scurrying of life.
So we're looking at this building. It's like, so you want to know what's in there?
Well, we know what should be in there, but the person that we're trying to find has an item that we need to get back, a horn, like one you would find on a ram, and you'll kind of just like sort of be like.
Like the druid's never seen a ram horn before.
Yeah, but like he's trying to be helpful. Jesus, look.
No, she's with you. She's with you.
Fucking shepherd's cooking everything.
IQ wavelengths. Cass and Ruby, IQ wavelengths.
Yeah. But if we could know a little bit more, because it basically we scry to find this place, and he's going to kind of have a look around just to make sure there's no one else like listening to them, saying we scry to find this place, and yeah, big scary no, and there's a dark-haired woman who has what we need, but unsure if it's just her in there, if what kind of the plan will be after this. I don't think we can really just knock the door and ask for it.
I can try something.
If you want to know what's inside anywhere, it's never people you want to ask. And now, yes, I would like to try and talk to a rat, please.
Okay, what were you going to say, Ozra?
I'm just reading it quickly.
Guiding bolt the door, I understand.
Yes.
Guiding bolt.
I don't know if this will work if it's like having to go through the building.
What is it?
But I want to use my Eyes of the Grave feature.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know if it will help if it's going to have to go through the walls of this building.
2 seconds.
It says, isn't behind total cover, annoyingly.
A wall's pretty covered, I suppose.
I guess. I just wanted to do a cool thing.
I mean,
yeah,
when we
you
have
are...
to go find the tabaxi that we just left with, then it'd be really handy.
We just abandoned the tabaxi in a convention hall.
You are...
It's what we did.
You are very aware that, you know, if something is completely physically hidden from you, you won't be able to see it with your eyes of the grave.
Okay, so
But,
I would know not to do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just having a look and see what I got. I'll use that.
Can I see any like windows around, any like little keyhole in the door?
So, of the store buildings all around, they fit every description of a store, house, warehouse you could imagine. Windows, doors, ways in that you could probably get in through the roof. They're a very open design. This one-storey, almost squared off, quite wide building doesn't have any windows. From where you're standing now, about 50 feet from the door, you can't see a keyhole.
Does it have a handle?
You can't see a handle.
They're one of those little peepholes for someone to look out.
From 50 feet away, there is a red door with an octopus on it.
Is there a way to get on the roof?
Yeah,
he
literally,
said
You
you,
said you could jump up, pretty much.
you could probably take 2 steps and parkour up, Harry.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Hell yeah.
We'll do it sneakily.
Of course you are. So give me a stealth check.
Good, please be. Oh, that's a natural 19.
Nice.
7, 26.
Jesus Christ, 26. Yeah, you appear behind me. you
You Tundra.
you go stealth, Harry, and you make your way towards the building. Ruby, there are a couple of rats just passing, dragging a bit of dried meats and that they found, and some fruits, dried fruits, and you notice them.
So I go over to them, kneel down.
They
Really
half
politely.
flinch when you go towards them. They're like, "You're big, I'm a rat." But they notice that you are one of them. The smell is uncanny,
Yeah.
and they just stare at you.
May I ask you some questions? I shall give you some grain for it.
Depends what the questions are, doesn't it?
Does anyone go in that building? The creepy little one with the door.
Oh, it's squid door.
Yeah.
Sometimes. You got some of them fruits.
Sunflower seeds appear from a pocket.
Takes the front rat takes some of the sunflower seeds, passes back to the second rat. You got a few more questions in us if you've got more seeds.
I put a little pile of sunflower seeds on the floor. It's like, can you get in there? Do you ever go in there? They keep grain, anything worth going in there?
They do, and I'm not mad. Bears and stars in there.
They keep stars in there.
Bears and stars.
Alright, okay.
Bears and stars? Bears and stairs? Bears and bears.
You mean?
No, I don't think you're mad at all. That's thank you very much. Enjoy the seeds and enjoy the meat you've got there as well.
Well, that's very kind of you. Take care of yourself. And just starts
Okay.
shifting the seed.
Gets up, walks back and goes, I'm not going in there. I don't think anyone should go in there.
Why?
Because the rats won't go in there. If rats won't go in there, there is something wrong. And furthermore, do you want to know what the people keep in this building? Stars.
What does that mean?
And bears.
Presumably some kind of horrible spell or I don't know, a void or something. It's nothing good. I cannot believe it means anything good. If the rats won't go in there, nothing good will come of it.
Okay.
This might be a good time to tell you this, Ruby, but we regularly go places where you should, in theory, not go.
I'm not going in there.
I'm not about to make you.
Yeah,
Good.
it's fine.
We're alright then, aren't we?
Sorry, Ruby, there's a tavern full of adventurers just down the road.
But I would say that you might not get a choice from us. And he'll go and he'll kind of walk past the door to see if he can get a closer look at it.
So, Ari, you've climbed up the side wall, and you are now on top of the building. Yep. What you notice is behind the building, there is nothing but a long garden. The front wall that you've just climbed up is almost fake. It's just a wall with a door on it. Straight over the top, you see a long garden, just a green lawn, real dark green grass, with a couple of small ponds at the far end of it. It's about 60 foot across is this garden. A couple of small ponds with some red lilies and blue lilies and white lilies just floating around in the pond. Just over the lip where you're up now. So you've got about 10 feet of width of the top that you've climbed up on. You can see that just behind the red door and more central, because the red door's off centre, more central to the wall, there is a set of stairs that goes down under the garden. No door, just a set of stairs. You can't see the bottom of the stairs as it just lips over. No. See you later, boys.
Bed with you, children.
So what are you doing, kids?
I'm hawk-eyeing on Kess as he's going towards the door.
Cool. So, Cass, as you get towards the door, no handle, no keyhole, no peepee hole.
When you say there's a set of stairs, is it going down from where I'm at?
No, so if you were to walk in the door, where Cass is, and just look right, there's a set of stairs goes under. So you're on top, you're looking down, but the garden goes over the stairs, so you can't actually see down the stairway, just that there is a set of stairs.
So basically, if you go in the door, you go down a set of stairs and you go under the garden. And then
Yeah, you literally go through the door, right, left, down the stairs.
Does the door look like it's a push or a pull?
Push.
I'm just gonna have a kind of... just kind of give it a little... you know, that kind of little nudge where you're not like trying to open it, but just kind of go see if
Well,
it's
you're
got
trying to
anything
work out if there's somebody in the cubicle without actually being intrusive.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay,
one.
but
So you're just seeing if the door moves?
yeah.
Cool. Can you give me a constitution save, please, if you set off the magical trap?
Glad that was you and not me.
Oop.
No good will come of it.
Very little good ever comes of it.
Ruby's the Wookiee now, just going around the door. No, not the.
That's a 19.
Give me a sec.
You turn into a chicken.
Alright.
That's the response we love.
It was a 19 you needed. I had to check. So this is what happens to you on a 19. As you go to nudge the door, Ari, you're just sort of looking over and you hear a zzz, like the powering of, I don't know, arcane energy. Kess, you three see Kess engulfed in a green slightly jade-esque colour green gas as it disappears into his mouth, nose, ear, like as if he's breathing it in, but it's not his choice. He then coughs, splutters, drops to a knee. Kess, you are on 1 hit point.
Love that for me.
As you then see him throw up the jade smoke in a bit of a violent vomiting session. Ari, can you give me a perception check, please? Just as this is happening.
I'm making my way over and I'm just gonna like rub his back, you know, as a like what you do when a friend's been sick over the toilet.
Spit it out, okay.
Holding his hair out of the way and rubbing his back.
I got an 8, I see nothing.
You hear nothing.
Don't touch the door.
The door's not open, did not move. As soon as your fingers touched it.
I can see touching the door is not a good idea. Your current state proves that.
I've never cast a spell before, because I've never played a magic class before. I would like to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
There is an element of poison on Kesrion, but you feel the presence of it fading, as if maybe he was hardy enough to resist it.
And do I get anything from the door?
Oh, as if the door itself is made from poison. Of an arcane origin.
Okay.
So, seeing as you were over there, Ruby and Zandria, Osra, did you go over as well?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Can all three of you give me perception checks? Not you, Cass. You are slightly
That's
distracted.
fine. I'm vibing on the floor just now.
18.
Oh god, I flung my dice so far, I actually flung it out of my
18,
things.
Osra?
12.
12.
Again, that is a, oh jeez, maths. 22.
Cool. All three of you hear footsteps running on stone really fast from the other side of the door.
Fuck.
Ruby grabs Cass under an arm.
I just picked Cass
Surprisingly
up.
strong for someone her size, and basically you have the same idea at the same time as grab Cass and run.
Yep.
But you're bigger and stronger, so you...
She's really not. But
I see them running. Do I just stay where I am?
oh, you can see. Yeah, like I say, it's not a very wide wall, so you can see both sides, and you see. I'm assuming Osra's following or just staying there, ready in death.
I will let them run past me and get my mace in hand to sort of be backing up, but be ready to smack someone if needs be.
Okay. Now, as like what you doing, Ari? Are you staying on top or are you jumping down? You staying on top?
Like
cool.
ducking down, like he's heard.
Cool. You're
something go.
pretty stealthy. So
Just lying on
you
the
you crouch down, and you see come up the stairs the head of a bear, black fur. But what you notice that this bear is on 2 feet or 2 legs even, and it comes out hulking out of the stairway, claws extended. An intelligent look in its eyes as it's sniffing and looking away, and it rushes straight at the door. It does not open the door or anything, it merely starts sniffing at the door. It's about 7 feet, hulking mass, and then it turns and starts back towards the stairs and gets a bit of a response in a sort of way, as if there's 2 of them.
Bears.
Are you on mute, Harry?
Nope, just wait.
Go.
We need a tiger.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
So what is your 4's plan?
Well, mine is to get Kess out of the way.
Cool.
I am thinking to roll a medicine check to see if I can help Cass, given that I'm reasonably sure it's poison and not magic, so medicine seems like a good idea.
Yeah, it's on your detect poison, you are aware it's an arcane poison, so it's a magical poison. But your medicine check will tell you. What did you get?
I got another 18.
Yay.
Cool. You are aware, not necessarily the name of the magical poison that was used, but you are aware it put him close to death. Just from his skin colour, the sweat pouring down his face.
So do I have, or am I likely to have anything to put in tea? It's my usual go-to of delivering medicine. That is likely to give him a boost.
You reckon you could whip up a brew with enough time and quietness to maybe help him heal better or recuperate quicker, but cracking out the kettle in this alleyway, probably not so much.
Yeah.
I relay that to Cash and Zandria.
It's so. He's like, it's okay.
Harry, are you
We
staying up
should.
there?
When the bears have retreated back and he thinks he's not going to be detected if he jumps down, he's going to jump down
Cool.
back towards the guy.
So you lot are making your way back to the crowds?
Yes.
Cool. No sign of Sapphire. And we're going to have a break.
Determined.
We will jump back in with Sapphire after the break. So it's 9:30. We're going to have a quick break. Toilet, drinks, etc. Probably don't drink from the toilet, it's bad for you. And yeah, during the break you'll get to see a little slideshow of people that have supported the channel in various ways. Check them out, they're amazing. And we'll get more and more as we build up to Christmas and get more and more people in our little slideshow. Right, break time. See you soon. Bye.
No.
Well. Hello. No, just me. All right. So welcome back.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry, my thing's gone.
I was having a drink.
Welcome back. This is Fables Among Titans, DnD5e, and our session 20, whatever Mel says.
28.
What?
Yeah. 28.
Last week was
2020.
27.
Tweet. Brilliant.
7 part 2.
Part 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. 4 of them have tried to kill Kess. The other one's tried to kill himself. But we'll see how it goes. So over to Syrinscape, the market square, and a pig oinked and a cow mooed. That was very strange. Right, so those of you that have been with us since the break, and those of you that have just joined, they are in the town of Lyric. They are looking for the red door with the octopus on it. They have found the red door with the octopus on it. They have tried to open the red door with the octopus on it, and one of them nearly died and left themselves on 1 HP and not poisoned and not dead, which is, you know, that's a good side to walk it off. They are now exiting said alleyway of death. After Ari, well not after, but during this, Ari also spotted 2 very large bipedal bears that were on the other side of the red door, growling at one another, communicating with intelligence in their eyes. Sapphire...
Pratt was quite clear.
Yes. Sapphire is currently in the Beggar and Flagon with a possibly vampire. All by himself. Just wanna be. And yeah, so we'll go over to Sapphire.
Okay.
So Sapphire, you That's not how you spell that. You are in the beggar and flagon. When you go in, it's pretty quiet. People are just chatting away and stuff. The tavern itself is very, very mellow. Like, as soon as you pass through the doors, the sound from outside almost cuts off instantly. And there is very few people in here, and you can hear every one of your soft padded steps. A small little thud, 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 assuming you walk that fast. And the only person making any noise whatsoever is Brashhammer. And he's sat there in a one-way conversation with Owlbearer, and they are just sat off to one side. There doesn't seem to be anyone else of the Reapers of Kashai in here. There's a couple of people that are of a similar fashion to Ari, that are not appearing to glamour themselves up as other races.
Mm-hmm.
But it is quiet. There is a couple of musicians playing, but the music is very low, very gentle. No one's going hell for leather on it. It's in Avernus. But yeah, it's a very different atmosphere to the bustlingness outside. Your friend, acquaintance, please take a seat. I will bring us drinks. And she just gestures towards a table, maybe 10 feet from the door.
Sapphire will smile, bow his head, say thank you. That's very kind, and take a seat, and keep a very, very close eye on her.
She walks over to the bar. You notice the grace that most people who know how to fight, or at least taught, either that or really good at dancing. She goes to the bar. She speaks with the barmaid. She passes her 2 glass goblets with a very pale purple liquid in them, and she brings them back over to you and pushes one to you in front of you, and she sits opposite. She turns her chair so the back of the chair is in front of her and there is nothing behind her. You know what I mean? When she turns the chair around. Yep.
Yeah.
And she just leans on it and sips some of her purple drink.
Okay, so having kept a close eye on her, it didn't look like she'd changed the drink in any way, shape or form, did it?
It does not. You are very
Okay.
confident, even with your passive, that no sleight of hand was performed.
Okay, well, with that and having seen her taking sips as well, Sapphire will sniff it first and then take a drink.
It's very fruity, and you take a drink and you die. So that was that. So over to Kesfion.
It was about time.
It's just very fruity. It's very as if made from grapes. Which who knew, being a wine bloody place, but but it's very, the grape flavour is very obvious and present.
This Ruby is holding a bottle of wine.
Is it an enjoyable beverage?
This is sweeter than most of the alcohols I've had in the past. This is quite delightful. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Those of the Lily are very gifted in making the wines. So what are you doing in Lyric? You are not... And she sort of looks around at the couple in here and then gestures towards the door. You are not faking it. It is rare to see reality walk the streets of Lyric. They all wish to be somebody else, but do not put the effort in to do so, merely glamour themselves.
Yeah, what's up with that?
People with power and not much else, I'm afraid. They are detached from reality. A strange people are the House of Lilies.
Yeah, it's very odd, but I mean, you're clearly not one of them. I don't think you're. I mean, you're not doing anything like that.
I am definitely not one of the House of Lilies.
Well, I'm mostly travelling to learn about magics, and obviously heard that there's a lot of magic that happens here.
The It is an unfortunate side effect for their fashion sense. They have the ability to wield arcane magics quite effectively. Even the children seem to be adept. It is very strange the way they integrate it into their lives.
Yeah, they seemed oddly fascinated by me. I wasn't expecting that.
You are real. They do not see reality very often. You are of two worlds, are you not? I see the north on you, and yet the distant lands of Vare.
Yes, I am well-travelled. Lots of exploration, lots of getting to know things, I guess.
It is good. I too am of two worlds. My home is Sarut, and now I reside here, in Ravenholm.
What made you move here?
She smiles, and you see her fangs as she licks one of her fans. I was near death and needed medicine. And
you got medicine here?
I did of a sorts, and the one who gave me the medicine I was very grateful for, and so I choose to remain here, and hopefully one day I will be able to pay them back for my life.
Oh, I can understand owing people a debt. That's fair.
Are you travelling alone?
Yeah, mostly. Like I meet people here and there, but I'm on my own right now.
Oh, give me a deception. You're definitely spinning.
Yes, this is not. I'm so used to playing bard. I rolled a 2 and my -1 charisma. That's
Oh my
that's
God.
a 1.
Jeez.
Would you like to use a reroll? We've got 2.
Have we got rerolls? Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, we've still got rerolls.
I'd like to use 1 reroll. Let's see how we do. A 15.
Better.
So
It's a
now,
16 -1.
now you've used the reroll. I rolled a nat 1. You rolled a 2, -1, taking it down to 1, but you only have to equal or beat. So you were technically still
Wow.
deceptive
It
on a
was still
1.
worth
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair.
That's brilliant. You cannot write this shit, kids. You are confident that she's eating up your spinning of your current company. It is a good way to travel. Sometimes alone, sometimes with fodder. I mean, acquaintances. Well, it's very refreshing just sitting with you. Your name is?
Sapphire.
Pleased to meet you, Sapphire. I am Abal, known to those of the desert as the Desert Rose.
I can see why. You're very beautiful.
Well, thank you. You are quite a specimen yourself, Sapphire.
Oh, thank you. No.
Are you looking for work, perchance? It'd be nice to...
Possibly. Like, that's kind of how I've been paying my way around the world. I get jobs here and there. Anything that pays.
What can you do? What skills
I'm a
of yours?
fighter. A fighter mostly.
Ah, hence the spear. A Naginata,
Yes.
I believe.
Well spotted. Yes, indeed. I was a monster hunter back. In
A
Vale.
monster hunter. That is delightful. We have several monsters we need hunting here in Ravenholm, of a fae persuasion. Have you ever hunted fae before?
I have not hunted fae, but I have not had great experiences with fae in the past.
Now that rings true. No deception required. Goddamn
That is
pesky
accurate.
fae. Well, we are always looking for mercenaries and such that are willing to remove them from Ravenholm for a small pouch of gold, or maybe a large pouch of gold.
Larger is better, but that sounds definitely possible. Do you have is there a mercenary guild, or is it just are you hiring?
It would be myself you deal with directly, yes.
Well, I've literally only just arrived in town, so I'd need to take some time to rest and recuperate before taking on a job. But I think I'd be very interested. Yes.
That pleases me. There is a place near the docks in the northeast of town. It is a red door with a octopus on it, a creature of the sea. If you do not know what this is, please do not touch the door, for you may die.
Oh, okay. Yep, I will avoid touching the door.
But if you wish to speak further, then please knock on the stone walling next to the door on the right-hand side. It is quite easy to spot if you look and don't just touch.
Okay. Is it a particular knock, or is it just any kind of knock? There's no secret code? Or...
Just make noise on the stone walling, and one of my companions will greet you.
Okay. Okay, that's very, very interesting. I'm assuming it pays well if you're hunting dangerous fey creatures.
Depending on the creature, it pays very well. Some of them are devastatingly competent when it comes to exchanging blows. Others more of a magic, and some you can just merely catch and squish between your fingertips.
I definitely like the sound of the bigger ones.
They
More of a challenge, more interesting to me.
She adjusts herself on the chair, and you see a look of impressed on her face as she drains the rest of her wine. I think you will do well here in Lyric. Although please try not to mingle with the locals. They are not... Well, you saw the crowd. They will follow you everywhere. The rest of the House of Lily's province have a bit of a grip on their lack of acknowledging reality, but here in Lyric they are, how you say, completely over the wall of sanity.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be making myself a bit more scarce going forward in this town.
I would say duck, but you are a mighty not duck.
Sadly, yes, it's very difficult for me to hide myself. As I was coming into town, there was a large mercenary group that I came with. A few of them might be interested in this job as well. Would it be okay to bring more?
I do not
people?
mingle with hunters of the dead. If you mean the Reapers of Kashai, I will not be offering services to them.
Oh no, there was a small group of people. They were travelling with them as well that might be interested.
Really?
I only travelled with them to get out of the rain. I don't like rain, and he flattens his ears.
I can... Okay. I promise not to throw rain at you.
Thank you.
Who are these mercenaries you speak of then, if not the Reapers?
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know any of them very well, but there were a few people talking about trying to get work here in town. If I could assess them and see if there's anyone useful, and then you could obviously look over them yourselves, or I could just come alone. That's fine by me too. Just thought if you wanted more people on board, I could.
We always want more people, Sapphire. Feel free to bring them, and feel free to tell them the price is lower, so you don't have to share as much.
Haha, that's a really good idea. That's yep, I like that. Awkward finger guns.
See, awkward finger guns back, like staring at fingers like, what am I doing? Well, it is the middle of the day, and I do not like it for reasons I may share with you one day. I would avoid those two, and she gestures over towards Brash Armor and Owlbearer, who you now notice are staring through her as if Rambo had walked in. There you go, description for you right there. And she smiles and waves at Owlbearer and Brashhammer. Brashhammer goes to get up. Owlbearer puts his hand on Brashhammer and signs something to her. And she smiles, has a little giggle, and turns back to you.
I take it you're not friends with them?
Not with the little one. but I have shared a moment with the larger one. Owlbearer is a dedicated hunter, but with a soft heart.
Oh, I see.
Not, you don't, I'm afraid, Sapphire.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say that I owe Owlbearer my second life. At least once before he returns to his path and fulfills his promise of removing me from existence. But you can't win all your battles. Now I'm going to leave now because I want to. So please find the door if you wish work. Please bring your staff with you, and we will arrange payment.
Oh, fantastic. Is there a particular time that would be best for you, or?
I prefer the hours of the night.
Oh, yeah, because you don't like the day, got you? Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Well, it was very lovely meeting you. Thank you for the drink, and I hope we get to work together. And he'll hold out a paw to her.
She shakes your paw. There is a strength behind the shake, similar to one of maybe yourself or a blacksmith. When she releases and walks past to leave, you feel a spring breeze just softly blow over your fur. Source of that is the horn at her hip.
How well is it attached to her hip?
A vice-like chain.
Good to know. Okay.
It's almost bait, you get from the look of it. And she leaves the beggar and flagon. You hear the rush of noise from outside, and then the door closes. Brashhammer straight over to you as Owlbearer lets him now go. What are you doing?
As they come over, like Sapphire lets out a big exhale and kind of slumps in his chair.
Just put hand on the wall, just like. Owlbearer walks over casually with his pint. Brashhammer flying over there. What are you doing, Sapphire? You know she's one of them, don't you?
Yeah.
Are you alright, lad?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that. Pulled me out of a crowd. Called me for a drink. I mean, I wasn't able to just say no, was I?
That's not how that works, Sapphire. You can't just say no. Especially the creatures and the undead. And Owlbearer's like trying to shush Brashhammer as they're in a pub and a long way from home.
Well, you know, it's one way to get information from people.
By the gods, lad. You got some fur on you, I'll give you that.
Yeah, but potentially a little bit less than before.
Slightly brown patch at the back. Well, what now? I mean, you're not going to take her up on her offer, are you?
No, of course not. It was just, you know, being friendly. But, yeah.
Owlbearer starts moving his hands again, and you concentrate, trying to piece together over the last couple of days where you've learnt bits and bobs to maybe get that broken common through. And he is essentially asking, what now?
Not sure. Lodgings, I guess, I need to sort.
We can sort your lodgings. Just stay with us. We've got them all paid up for the last couple of inns around here.
Oh, awesome. Have you got enough room for everyone?
Well, yeah, we've got like 30 recruits. So we always pay over because they guarantee to start kicking off with one another, and then we separate them.
Well, that would be absolutely awesome. Where are you guys staying? Like, because I want to go and like have a look around town, but obviously want to catch up with you guys later.
Well, let me just check my notes and I'll tell you. So we bought this place out. So you got the beggar and flagon around here. There's one across town called Guiglo's Pottery. Don't be confused by the name. They just do really nice cups. But it's an ale house, and there's plenty of rooms there. And you got the Lord of Earth, which doesn't sell ale. It's just nice. Absolute disgrace.
Well,
Stranger Ditch.
that one sounds boring. But yeah, they sound good.
So we got those three across town. They're pretty spread out, but you'll have I'm here. You got Owlbearer in the Pottery, and you've got Eleanor. She's taking the Lord of Earth. You might see Kai hanging about as well, but he'll spend most of his time outside the town, I reckon.
Well, if Eleanor was someone that I had the balls to approach, I would go and chat to her. But I've had enough of that for one day. So yeah, but that's,
Women.
good to know. Thank you, Rassama.
No worries, lad. Anyway, right, I'm getting another ale down me.
And he'll sign thank you to Owlbearer because it's probably one of the only things he's picked up.
Owlbearer will thank you back. And then
Sapphire will
follow Brashhammer in I'll keep an eye on this knobhead.
So Sapphire will get up to leave, like down the drink, and as he walks past Owlbearer, he'll lean in. He'll just kind of quickly lean in and whisper, "I'd like to hear the story about you and her sometime," and then just keep walking.
Oh.
He laughs as if you've made a funny, and then signs what you, as you say, I'd like to hear the story. He signs to you, I can't speak, and then he laughs as if you've deliberately made the joke and he's joined in on it. And then he goes a little bit serious and just signs 1 day.
And Sapphire will bow to him and leave.
You're back out into the madness of the town.
Yeah, he'll pull his hood up this time and not.
Blend.
I know he can't really hide, but he can't like blend. But
So
he'll do his best.
inconspicuous, this
He'll do his
like
best to not
massive
be.
tabaxi with a great big hood.
Yeah.
So
That's
as
the best he
you
thinks he can do.
straight back into the crowds, Kesfion, Ari, Ruby, Osra, and Andrea, you are dragging a frail-looking Kesfion at this moment.
He's feeling pretty rough, not gonna lie.
There's no sign of Sapphire when you come around the corner. The crowd is busy.
Okay, let's get you somewhere where we can deal with you that isn't surrounded by absolute. And then
Might be a
stops and pauses, looks around, and then goes, "Doesn't matter where we go, we're going to be surrounded by insane people, but preferably let's get you off the street."
Yeah, so we'd be looking out for somewhere quiet. Like
The-
a side street or something.
As in further away from the side streets you've just been in.
Yeah.
There is loads. The town, it is a small town, but the buildings aren't pretty close together where they are built, and you get these clusters of alleyways and such around these clusters of buildings, and you easily find a spot that no one seems to be occupying. And you are off the beaten path, as it were.
Okay. Is there anyone around?
There's nobody that's not you around.
Okay. I'm gonna sort of go up to Caspian and put a hand on his shoulder. I can help you, but I need you to trust me.
I can show you the world. I shouldn't sing.
Of unorthodox healing.
Necromancers are just really late healers. I mean, what?
Who said that?
Not grave cleric, like.
Look, man, I'm not a necromancer, okay?
Well, no, she is a grave cleric and not a necromancer, so not really helping the situation.
Yeah, Ruby catches the look on Xandria's face and just takes one like long sliding step to the left, further away from Xandria.
He's gonna kind of, from where he's kind of like leaning against the wall, he'll kind of sort of look up, and he'll probably try and get a little bit of insight to her intent.
Give me an insight check.
Let's not roll one with skulls in it. That's a little bit ominous, Luke.
Oh no.
Where's my insight?
She's gonna eat me.
She's gonna eat me. That's an 18.
You're pretty confident that Ozra's offering aid.
Not gonna eat you.
Unless Ozra tells me different.
No. I
You're
didn't
pretty
roll
confident she's not going to kill you.
I didn't roll a deception check.
Then he's just gonna be like, do what you must, I guess.
Oh, well, I have noticed Xandria
Yep.
sort of.
Yep. She's not subtle.
Growling in the background.
Harry puts a hand on Xandria. On her
Done.
shoulder, just like,
I mean, we probably should. All I can offer at this point is peppermint leaves to chew.
So you're all touching each other's shoulders, and Ruby's putting a brew on.
I haven't got a brew on because we're in a flipping
Platonic
side.
You
shoulder
just
touching.
offer the
Handed
brew.
out with peppermint leaves for
Ozra,
anyone
what
to
are you
choose
casting?
something that tastes good.
I'm saying to Xandria, this is what I do. So I'm gonna sit Caspian down, like, against a wall, and then as sort of non-violently and gently as possible, I want to bring him down to 0 hit points. So just like sleep or hold him or something. Is that comic with the plaster and the pillow?
I mean, he has given consent, I suppose. So, yeah, as you sit him down, you just give him a slap, 1 hit point. You kind of put your hand over his mouth and pinch his nose a little bit, and he just passes out to
Okay.
0 hit points.
Oh, he's sort of holding onto his head so he's not like slumping over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed you weren't
failed
just.
death save, and that's
Okay.
2 failed.
I'm gonna.
I'll have to.
I am actively trying to get out of Ari's grip. Like I'm fidgeting.
I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying, so he's not on any death saves,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing at 3rd level, which will take 10 minutes. But because he's on 0 hit points, he gets the full benefit of the healing.
So he gets maxed healing.
Yeah,
As in max what you can roll, or max what he
yeah.
can.
Max what I can roll, so he'd get 28 hit points back.
Okay. So for 10 minutes, Xandria, what are you doing whilst Ozra puts out your brother, casts 1 spell on him, and then begins to do a grave cleric ritual over him?
Ruby is now holding the shepherd's crook like a shepherd's crook in case she needs to suddenly Xandria away from the cleric.
Ari recognise what she's doing because he wouldn't know cleric stuff.
Give me an Arcana check.
I don't think.
No, you won't. All the clerics you've ever met.
Especially not in
acts
that
like
one.
Xandria.
He wouldn't know anything.
Nah,
so he's
Ozra's
like,
casting magics.
You have seen her do this before. It was the spell that she cast when you
Yeah,
first met
you've
her.
seen her do the prayer before. She's mimicking the same
She
prayer of
doesn't
healing.
usually.
She doesn't usually
stab one
put out
around
the
the
person
mouth.
she's
She doesn't
healing.
like suffocate anyone there.
It does have a peaceful scene to it. And
He
she's
doesn't
just...
trust her though. Oh my god. He's gonna try and interrupt. He's gonna let Xandria.
So you letting Xandria go in the hope that she interrupts, or you letting Xandria go
he's
to
gonna
interrupt?
Let Xandria go and go. What the hell are you doing? Like right up in her face.
Hold a hand out to him. Wait.
What have you done? We've just literally seen him die.
Yeah.
Pass out.
I've told you this is what I do.
It's a very unorthodox way of helping somebody by.
Yes, it is.
Ruby, while they're distracted by the help unorthodoxly, give me a perception check. I mean, it's pretty impressive. Ozra's pulling off a ritual and speaking into her. Skills.
5.
5?
Skills.
Oh, probably started a fight. Carry on. So you're looking around with your shepherd's crook out, looking for sheep. There's...
No, I've got my eye sort of half on Xandria, waiting for her to.
Xandria's fidgety, but doesn't seem to be as animated as
I am gonna spare a glance at Kess. He look like he's breathing.
He's definitely breathing.
That's fine, as long as I can see he's breathing.
good
I'm not gonna
start.
do anything, but I am keeping a very watchful eye on.
So as she
Also,
sort of like relaxes the barest, tiniest bit, I try to ease between Azra and Ari.
Ari's like thunderbirding it in front of Osra. Give me a perception check at disadvantage, Ari. As you're looking at Kess, looking at Osra, looking at Kess.
That is 13 at disadvantage.
Oh, cool. You do see colour returning to his face, as if blood is returning to his cheeks. Very much
Okay.
like when you've been wounded and you take a potion.
Yeah, okay, he would recognise that. Kind of like looks past him and is just like, okay. Takes like a step back.
Relaxes the hand on the
Really
rapier.
carefully.
Unless you actually interrupt over the next 10 minutes, Osra, you will finish your prayer, and Kesfion, you will receive 28, did you say?
Yeah, 28.
You will receive 28 hit points. As you are coming to consciousness, Kes, you see a dead tree in the middle of the desert, and sat on one of the thick branches, a very, very large vulture. And then you awaken.
Alright.
And 3 of them have got, ready to jump. And Osra's like, hi. The last thing
Ruby
you remember.
extends- Ruby sort of like points the staff down towards you to like offer to help you up.
Thank you'll kind of grab the other side of it and use it to kind of help lever himself up. Thank you.
All right.
How you feeling?
Better than I did though.
Low bar.
Wouldn't be hard. But thank you for your unconventional assistance.
Last thing I remember is a pillow coming towards my face.
You're welcome.
He'll just kind of like look at Xandria, who seems less bothered, and Ari, who's just like.
So what are you doing, kids?
So what did we learn about touching doors to buildings that even rats won't go into?
We don't touch that door.
Oh.
So how else are we going to get in?
I don't know, but we've got to work out where they've taken Sapphire.
I mean, he could just have wandered off. And not
Maybe he's
known
in the
where we
pub.
were. Generally, the answer to all of our problems does seem to lie in a tavern.
Ari will message Sapphire. Where did you go? 120 feet radius though, so.
And it line of sight.
No.
Not if you know
No,
the person
the
that
person.
you're doubly doing.
This literally comes up every time we use message. I think you asked that question.
Yeah, you can cast a spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. So actually,
No, because you don't know exactly where
Tell
he
her where
is.
he is.
there
You're just like, hello, Marco.
Hello.
Can't reach him through rashes then.
Can't reach him through
So you
unavailable
send
stuff.
you send the cantrip out into the air, but you are aware that it doesn't reach anything. It just fiddles out into the air. Fiddles out into the air. There we go. Might change that.
Yeah.
Fizzles.
Ew.
Fair. I'll give you that.
Ruby
Nearby, so
does. I'm doing a perception check to see if I can see the 3 not tabaxi from before, and that is
Okay.
a 22.
Jesus. So you walk to the end of the alleyway to look back out into the crowd, and you can only see the forest cap tabaxi. The other 2 are nowhere to be seen. But you do see a good foot above, or at least half a foot above the rest of the crowd, just the white braids of Sapphire's mane just poking out from the big hood that he's put over himself.
I lean back into the alley and go, I think I found him.
Good,
Oh,
grab him.
that's good.
Grab him before we lose him.
See, now Ruby's doing that thing like when you play the games where the things move and you have to watch them. She's like, watch the cat, watch the cat, watch
So
the cat.
are you off to get Sapphire?
Yes.
Oh, brave points for Ruby. You go back into the crowds, you see Sapphire, you make your way. Sapphire, not long after leaving the flagon, the beggar flagon, you see Ruby looking like determined and tunnel visioned.
Don't like crowds, have a big stick, we'll use it.
Sapphire will make his way over towards Ruby so that she's not having to come through more than she needs to.
Cool, easily done. You bump into each other.
Hello.
That was a fucking nightmare. Where's everyone else?
Oh, having another absolute flipping nightmare, my love. Come on.
Farmers and the bums.
He like holds his hood up as like closed as much as he can and like head down, doing his best to hide as a 6'6" tabaxi.
What you do notice, Sapphire, Ruby less so as she's focusing on keeping herself zen, is people are now paying less attention to you as if it's past.
Okay, good.
And you
Yeah, sir.
follow Ruby down to the alleyway, and you are now off the beaten path and kind of, I say hidden, but you are out of sight of the immediate crowds. And you see everyone before you. Kess looking a little bit pasty.
Sapphire will step into the alleyway and like pull his hood down. I found her.
And who?
You what?
What?
I just sat down for a lovely drink with a vampire lady with a horn that had a summer breeze, a spring breeze coming out of it.
Fucking Ron Seal.
That was easy.
Is that the one?
It's the one we're looking for. I thought I was distracting so you guys could find her.
So, where is she now?
I don't know where she is now. I know where she's going to be tonight, and I know how to get into the building with the. Why are you guys here and not in the building with the octopus door?
We
Let's
almost
touch
got
the
there.
door.
Don't touch
Oh.
the door.
You don't touch the door. No, you do a super secret knock on the thing next to it.
Oh,
That
of
only
course.
I know now.
He just kind of shares a look with everyone who had been at the door, being like, "Of course."
Oh,
So-
it's so obvious.
You knock next to the door and then they let you into where the bears and the stars are.
Well, you can also just nip on top of the roof and look over it, and you'll see that there's stairs.
Oh, I mean,
To
okay.
where
cool.
the bears
If we-
and
I
the
mean-
stars are.
I mean, I don't know how you keep stars inside a building, but
Nor do I. But
Um,
rats are too. Honestly, I like them, but they're too dim to lie.
I mean, I guess. That's okay. Well, she offered me a job.
Doing
you know,
what?
killing a bunch of Fae. I'm assuming for the war, obviously. So I, of course, said that I would be happy to do this.
Another sliding step away from Xandria.
But it means that if we want an audience, like if we want to get in a really easy way, like she's expecting me and potentially a small group of people to go in there to get a job. So if we want to just waltz in there to do
But
some
she-
recon.
Oh, not the
Wants
Fae.
to kill the Fae.
You also
Hey, Kat.
know that she will recognize me, right?
I mean, I know you knew her. I didn't know how. But also, I figured if we weren't going
She
to walk in
tried
there.
the drink trick previously. That's a bit of an MO.
I don't know.
Drink.
It was a pretty nice drink. But
Drank it.
I mean, yeah. I saw her get it from the people, and she brought it over, and she drank it, and then she gave some to me. I mean, like Brasshammer and Albera were in the same pub. Like, it wasn't like she brought me out her private reserve or anything. It didn't taste coppery. I wasn't like drinking blood or anything.
I'm just gonna turn my head to Ozra and just by any chance, do you have the ability to detect magics?
I can do that.
Would you mind, just in case, because I do not trust the fact that he took a drink from her.
I'll step up to Sapphire, if you don't mind.
Sapphire won't stop you.
She's gonna suffocate you.
This is how I do all my magic.
I sit you down against the wall, nice and easy.
Yeah.
So we're going to start the trepanning first. Can I first off do a medicine check just to see if he's like, if his pupils are like way dilated or his pulse is off or something like that?
Oh, give me a medicine check.
Cool, that's a 2, so that's 9.
Cool. On a 9, you're surprised he's alive. He doesn't.
You
You
good?
can't really tell. Like there doesn't seem to be any discoloration, but then every time you look, there might be a bit of discoloration, but you're not confident either way.
I guess I'll try a detect magic then. Pinball machine, here we go again.
Detect magic.
Ding, ding.
Ping, 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 ping.
ding, ding. Xandria's mantle, Ari's sword and dagger, Sapphire's Naginata and Echo stone. What else
And
do you
my
look at?
hair.
Oh, and his lock of hair, yes.
Yeah.
He has a golden braid. Not the colouring of his. But there doesn't seem to be any further magic than when you did it last time.
Nothing that I can find.
Well, that puts me a little bit more at ease, I guess.
Just the one drink, Sapphire? Not woozy, dizzy, feel sick?
No, it wasn't like a big drink. I was, I can hold my liquor. I don't drink often. I only did it to be polite. It exacerbates an old condition, so I don't really drink.
Very well.
He's very confused as he looks around at everyone.
So, what are we doing?
Well, I guess at least some of us should try and show up.
Well, I wouldn't
tonight, see if we can
recommend.
get inside.
I wouldn't recommend you going, Kess.
It depends how, and he'll kind of turn to Ozra. How good are vampires at seeing through glamours?
I would know this in character, most likely,
Give me,
right?
give me a religion check
Not that dice.
and check your Twitter.
Ooh. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Religion check first.
Related but not related.
Oh my god! Rolling absolute garbage tonight. That's another 9.
So, what you remember from last time, which is your common knowledge of, they don't like sunlight, they running water, stake to the heart. These sort of stories that have been told over years and years, you know automatically that, you ram a stake into a vampire's heart, it'll piss it right off and probably hurt it a lot. So there are some truth in the
there's
stories.
not many things that you can ram a stake through their heart and they're
I'm
loving
alright
it.
with it.
Challenge accepted. Anyway, but as for seeing through glamour, you yourself are aware that there are clerics and such that could get spells that could aid them in doing this. There are items that allow you to see truly and such. So common knowledge, there are ways around it through magics and items, potions, stuff like this. But as an innate thing, you've got no idea.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's possible, but couldn't be certain. I don't know what magical assistance they would have.
I mean, apparently everyone and their mum in town is glamoured, all the time. So it may not be unusual.
Oh! Sorry, that's why everyone's so weird.
Yeah, she was saying that
I love Ruby.
she was saying that everyone here wants to be something else, which is why they liked me, because I wasn't I wasn't fake. I was real. They're not used to seeing real things. They like glamoring to hell. Like the three tabaxi they weren't tabaxi. They were glamoured, and everyone's apparently glamoured.
So it is a cult.
I don't think it's a cult. I think
It
it's
sounds
more...
like a cult.
I think it's more just
A fad.
wizards that think they're better than everybody else, which tends to be how they think anyway.
It also sounds like people who just don't want to be themselves.
Yeah,
They're
but
living a lie.
Look of a completely alien concept trying to work through the
They're
ditzy
all,
bimbo.
the entire town is rolling dice.
They are all playing a fantasy game.
I was gonna say sometimes you don't want to be yourself.
We wouldn't know anything about that.
So as you all have a revelation down this alleyway, what are you actually doing?
I think I can at least get myself in alongside without at least setting off any more alarm bells than anyone else in this town is.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I figured you weren't. Neither of you were going to go in looking like you. The rest of us, they won't care. But
No, I would absolutely.
Ari might have some issues, but it depends what he's got in his arsenal.
I can take care of that.
wait, they don't like Ari either.
They don't like any of us.
Oh,
Why don't you like me?
They don't know you. But they... And you'll kind of have a glance around just again to make sure that there's nobody, like, listening in as they hang down this alley talking.
Give me a perception check.
And there she is at the end of the alley. No.
With a minigun.
A minigun. That is an 18 to see the minigun.
You do see a few people a good distance away, and they have noticed that you are down an alley, but they don't seem to be reacting.
Yeah, we're just hanging out.
Just vibing.
It's still dark out.
It is nighttime according to looking up. But
I said
it
it's dark.
it just feels late lunch, so like maybe 2. Body clock wise. Ruby's having a bit of a time with the time.
It's not right.
So
Out of character question, because this is something that I feel that Kess would know, but Luke doesn't. Is Xandria, due to her Fae legacy, lineage, etc., capable of altering her appearance?
No.
No.
Not
Because
me.
I couldn't remember which variant of Eladrin you'd gone for, so I just wanted to.
I went for the boom gone version.
The angry one.
The angry one.
This is not a lie, but I figured he'd know that, but I didn't.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And Xandria Misty Step, she doesn't change her appearance.
yeah.
I don't hide behind an illusion. I go for it.
She prefers to die in her own skin.
She
I prefer
commits.
to be knocked unconscious as myself.
Also,
Hang
was
on,
all
don't
over
do
that.
I can help you with that.
Eldritch Blast. Get away from me. Yeah.
It might be worth Ari aiding Xandria in getting in. You found a way up over the wall, did you not?
it's literally not even a real building. It's just about 10 feet wide.
Give me an intelligence check, Harry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm not playing Connie. Fingers crossed.
That one.
Don't jinx it. Why would you?
We got a 12.
Okay. The door was trapped with a spell that could kill you. Yep. On a 12, do you believe it would be just as easy to avoid a death trap by hopping the wall? I will allow you
Yes.
to make that decision.
Would Ari know?
Ari is trained in the art of avoiding such things.
That is true.
So you
This
would.
is true,
Also, he's
actually.
smart.
So you are aware, you know, a death trap probably doesn't have a get round of I just walk around it.
It's a shame.
I mean, I think with his rogue training as well, because obviously he'd have the training even though he doesn't necessarily use finding traps too often. But I feel like he'd just be like, yeah, I think I was just quite lucky to do that stealthy, to not be seen.
Not being seen's easy. Being allowed into a place that requires avoiding a death trap and a secret knock, according to Sapphire, you are quite confident that hopping over that wall will probably end in a similar result.
He'll kind of go, yeah, the trap's a door. Could probably put traps elsewhere. It's probably better to get invited in. If Sapphire's got a way that he's got where they can invite us in, then
I just... Xandria is very obviously Fae.
And if they know
Whereas-
you, she's very obviously related to you. Unless they don't remember your face.
I have a funny feeling that the Fae that they are specifically looking for might be us.
Aren't there spells where we can pretend you're dead? So we could go, oh look, we found them Fae that you wanted. Surprise! And then they go, oh come in, and then
No.
surprise they weren't dead. No, alright then.
No.
I
Even
think
if that was a thing, that's not happening.
Okay.
you know how
She
you
very much
can-
seems like the kind of person who would confirm it by, you know, giving him a bit of a stab. But, yeah, I like the idea, but, I mean, can't you two just be disguised?
Me, yes, Xandria.
Veils? Everyone here dresses like all kinds of...
I mean, this is true. I'm sure if we searched through the market, we could probably find something.
Oh, we could proper wrap you up in some Viconian furs. You'd never be recognised as a desert fae. Then,
I
He says.
suppose so. I'm not 100% for disguising myself, but it is the sensible option.
I think you may be better maybe hiding near the door and doing your thing where you just zip across and you can go in, but I don't know whether that's gonna still trigger it.
Well, either way, if I did that and I wasn't disguised once I'm inside,
They're going to see her.
that's going to result in a fight.
Yeah, I think trying to get you a disguise. Sapphire's been invited. Ultra and Ruby, they don't know you. I think. But I can disguise myself, Cass can disguise himself, and we get a disguise for Xandria.
I'd have thought, but Kess wouldn't have thought it, so just on me.
False for cast.
Just because Ozra's from that thing that they said not to bring those people from. But obviously, Kess wasn't there, so he didn't know that. He was busy throwing up all of his internal organs and wanting to die. And then actually dying, and then coming back again.
Again.
oh yeah, can I roll intelligence to see if he'd remember that?
See which bit.
The fact that they don't like the Reavers.
Oh, that Abal didn't like the Reapers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you if you remember it. You don't need to roll on that. You were there. If you've clearly remembered it.
I will turn and say, "Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they being a vampire and all. I don't think like she specifically told me not to bring any reavers with me.
Don't dress like a reaver then.
I mean, that's what I was implying rather than let's leave Ozra at home. I was thinking more, don't look reavery when we go.
Don't look reavery.
It's pronounced Reaper, but you know.
Don't look reapery.
Rushhammer appears out of a manhole. We're reapers.
Once again, goes back to the tavern.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can figure something out.
Well, if we're trying to find things for Drea, then 2 birds, 1 stone.
I would surely have other clothes which didn't have any iconography on them.
Yeah.
Or is that?
I said standard adventure where they're the same thing for
Yeah.
12 years. Unless you're
Doesn't
Ruby, of
wash it
course.
ever.
Ruby were born in that outfit, she'll die in it.
Also, like, I
The
think
more you look at Ruby's dress, the more you think it may be several hand-me-down garments sewn together to make a larger one, as though everyone else in her family is quite small.
Harry and his very fine clothes are looking at you scants.
You saying about my tartan?
So, what are you all doing? As much fun as it is for me.
I guess we're gonna
Go
bimble
clothes
out
shopping?
to the market.
Shopping
and
trip.
So as
Elle's favourite.
As-
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, and try and basically find stuff that doesn't scream, "Hey, I'm a fae."
So of all the things you know already, are you taking Sapphire's advice of taking Viconian clothing, or it is the complete
it'll just
opposite to your style?
I guess it'll just be more of a try and find something that has the most coverage, because obviously the Sims have like facial tattoos that are pretty like
Other than
prominently teal all over their
How you
faces
make
and ears.
sense.
other than
So-
masks,
Fantasy airbrush tie.
there are masks there that you would probably wear to a noble ball, similar to what Ari would probably attend. There are half masks that you imagine people use, that you probably use similar yourself in the deserts when there's sandstorms.
Yeah.
You can imagine that Sapphire's people use them for blizzards and such. You know, you are more than well equipped to, and a couple of gold coins on you to outfit yourselves enough that you can make a disguise roll.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Vicodian, I guess, works.
It's time to be Vikings, yeah.
Ozra, are you going for the same aesthetic?
Sure.
Thought we were side questing there then.
No. I mean, like, if I don't have anything like on my person which doesn't have any
you do have your
iconography on
own.
it,
You do have plain clothes, as in
Yeah,
no
I can-
iconography. You don't have
yeah,
to.
I can plain clothes.
Cool. Ruby, you sticking yourself?
Yep.
Cool. So, it costs you about... Here in Lyric, it costs you about 7 gold, and it is way overpriced.
Oh yeah.
Filthy wizards.
Filthy wizards.
It's like Royal Mile prices. Yeah.
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 Probably cost a copper to make. And Xandria, Kess, Ari, are you in the Viconian? Are you disguising yourself as well?
He actually probably would, because his disguise stuff on this.
So you are all Viconianed up except Ruby and Ozra, who are in their normal clothes. Ozra has removed any iconography of such religious death machine powers.
I will keep the holy symbol like tucked under my clothes.
Oh yeah, need that for
Need
the
that.
yeah.
Nah.
Ah shit.
Shit, guys, I'm useless. Bye.
Cast magic.
Left it in my other vestments. Yeah.
Bring me a pillow. Bring me a pillow.
Not again.
Go to sleep.
Can you smother a vampire? Do they breathe?
I will
Their
damn
ass.
well try.
Yeah. Smite, wrong class. Smite.
I'm getting some flashbacks to a LARP here, and I'm not okay.
Jesus Christ. I don't want to know. So, You spend about an hour pottering around the market square. You spend your 7 gold. You are pretty much looking like you have come from the lands of Viconia right now, which in normal circumstances in Ravenholm would stand out like a sore thumb, but because everyone's gone mental with their fashion sense, you just look like other people that have chose Viconia as your particular fad for the day.
Yeah.
And it is the afternoon, say 3 o'clock.
Still dark.
Harry
It's
will
still
also
dark.
wrap the hilt of his sword in like just.
There we go. Well played, Mel.
He finally like twigged in his brain. Maybe I should disguise myself.
We're all disguised except for the neon light in my pocket. So, can you all give me, those that have disguised yourselves, give me a performance check.
I will also be using my Fey Legacy line if we're going to head just now, which allows me to cast Alter Self once per long rest.
Which does what, please?
It makes me look like somebody else.
Alright, read it out.
I didn't have it handy, okay. Give me a second.
What does
I
Alter
was
Self
Googling.
do? It makes myself altered.
It makes the clues in the title. You assume a different form. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following options, the effects of which ask the duration of the spell. While the spell lasts, you can end one option as an action to gain the benefits of a different one. Aquatic adaptation, not going to read you because I'm not going to use that. Change appearance, on the other hand, that one I am. You transform your appearance, you decide what you look like, including your height, weight, facial features, sound of your voice, hair length, coloration, distinguishing characteristics, if any. You can make yourself appear a member of another race, though none of your statistics change. You also don't appear as a creature of a different size than you, and your basic shape stays the same, i.e. if you're bipedal, you're still bipedal. You can't turn yourself into a bear. Yeah. At any time for the duration of the spell, you can use your action to change your appearance again in this way.
Cool, what do you look like?
So, while they were kind of getting all this together, he's going to be doing a little bit of fact finding.
This is the first time you've done this, isn't it?
It is the first time I have done this. It is indeed, in the campaign.
Yeah.
Possibly done it before.
Yeah, Sandra knows you can do it, yeah.
Yeah, she's not going to be like...
No, but Harry might be.
He's going to have been doing a little bit of casual fact finding from Sapphire about like just what folk around Viconia tend to look like, sort of normal. Is it all humans? Is it what kind of coloration do they usually? And he's basically going to make himself, if there are humans in Viconia, if that info comes back, he's probably just going to make himself look like random human man number 3. And just try.
I have a random human.
But basically, it's going to be
You're going to look like
Jeff
a Viking.
the person. Yeah, he's just
Jeff
he looks
the
like
Viking.
a Viconian guy.
Cool.
But he is also because with that I can kind of loosely change what my gubbins around me sort of look like. So in theory, if we hadn't gone and shopped for everyone, I could have changed what my clothing looked like.
Yep.
I'm going to make my swords appear to not be scimitars.
Well played.
Because I feel like that's probably a good idea.
Cool, so you look like a longsword wielding Viking. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
If Osra sees what you look like, she smirks and says, "Nice trick."
It comes in useful. And he's going to have tried to like copy, because obviously I can
All
change
your
the
voice.
voice a little bit. He's going to try and like change the voice so it sounds a little bit more like Sapphire,
Okay.
but like at a slightly different kind of pitch. So kind of try to bring that Viconian accent in as much as he's kind of able to.
Harry, you've just seen the slender, agile, ninja, scimitar wielding Fae of Kesvion turn into me.
Beautiful.
Probably with long braided blonde hair.
What? Didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know anyone could do that.
You just get a wink.
Osra smirks again.
He will sort of wrap himself up as best he can with Viconian stuff. He'll like take down his hair and like mess it up. Won't be quite as polished.
Well played, Osra. Well played. I just clicked. So you sort yourself out ready to look as noble as you possibly can be?
Yep.
Cool. Sandria, you're just going in with a scarf on you.
Pat. Stuff. Don't talk to him.
Right, you have a couple of hours to kill if you so wish, or you can just fast forward.
If you guys want to kill a couple hours for just like 30 seconds, I will be right back.
Wiping out.
Does anyone else think it might be lunchtime?
It's past
When
lunchtime.
did we eat?
A couple of rats had some seed. They were alright. So you are hungry. Eating would be a good idea. Drinking, etc. You do have a couple of hours to, like I said, to kill if you so wish to. I don't know, go further around town, speak to the Reapers, look for, I don't know, anything you so wish to do before you get to Operation Mission Impossible.
Yeah, give
Oh,
Cass a chance to have a short rest, I guess.
I
Get
suppose
back
we
to
should
more
probably-
health.
Yeah, we should probably eat and drink something as well.
are you going to brew up, Ruby?
I can if people feel that magic, like medicinal tea, is going to be
Be only for
beneficial.
Cass.
I think Cass would appreciate medicinal tea and a short rest.
So you'll
No, I wouldn't.
No?
I want to do this as quickly as we can.
So you achieve a short rest, if you so wish. If you do make tea, let me know, Ruby. Yes or no for tea?
Assuming we're doing all this before.
Oh, yes, this is fast.
Yeah, because we've got a couple hours to kill, so yes, tea,
He sounds good.
more like
Sure,
alright,
if
tea.
we do-
How long does your altered thingy last?
That's why I'm saying, guys.
Yeah, that's
I was
why I
like,
said.
okay,
Why didn't you wait and do it just before we went?
because I thought we were about to go.
How long does it last?
It lasts an hour.
So
Okay,
you,
we're
you,
going
you
to
would
discuss it.
know it. You would know it lasts an hour. So
Yes. And then you were like,
it is about
Are
three.
we-
It is about 3 in the
cup
afternoon.
of tea.
It's 3 in the afternoon, despite the night time above you. Yep.
Okay, so we're waiting until like
you-
evening and not just.
She
okay.
said to Sassfire to come down at evening, but it's up to yourselves.
Okay.
And Kess, you would know that it lasts an
Okay,
hour, so yeah. If you do brew up, so you do have time to brew up if you wish to brew up, Ruby. Give me a
Yes.
survival check on your brew.
A survival check, that is. Not what I was expecting, but survival. 14.
Cool. Kess, during your short rest, or whoever drinks it, can assume they've got an extra hit dice available for them to roll.
Nice.
But
She
she,
wanted survival, not medicine. I'm not
Oh.
complaining, I'm just.
I'm sure I wanted survival.
Okay, cool.
It will bounce between those two depending on what result I want out of it.
Okay.
Cool. So you short rest, you drink the tea. Kess, if you're using your hit dice, roll them, add your hit points.
Yeah, that's what
Do
I'm
you wish
doing
to do
right now.
anything between now and knocking on the door / wall?
Not touch the door.
Cool.
And actually
Should we in
cast
fact use the
alter
staff
self.
to tap on the wall?
So as you feel the approach of actual evening,
Oh, I had an extra one.
the view above you changes back to bright blue skies. But you are fully aware your body clock is telling you it's been a day, and it's probably over the next couple of hours you'd be looking to take camp if you was out on the road. So you are aware that it is on the cusp of late evening / night time.
This is getting on my nerves.
It is kind
Hopefully
of peculiar, isn't it?
we'll be out of here swiftly.
So, are you wishing to go to just go straight there, start knocking on doors?
Yep.
Walls.
Let's
Walls.
go.
Knock on the walls.
Knock on the walls.
Nah, man. Knock on the door. That's what went so well last time.
God, I'll get the pillows.
Oh, God. Just lay them out around the door. So you go back to the door. It's brightly lit, blue, beautiful sky above you. The glorious grey iron stone architecture all around you has a sheen to it, as if it's been covered in oils, and the bright blue and light above you makes it shimmer. And there is a red door with an octopus on it.
So you're saying it's like daylight again?
It looks like daylight, but your body clock is telling you it's nighttime.
Okay, cool.
So
What?
Ruby can confirm it is actually nighttime as far as time goes, but what you're seeing is daytime.
Okay, cool. Just
That
wanted
was
to...
what was getting on Ruby's nerves.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that I was understanding.
Yeah. Who's knocking?
Oh no.
Sapphire, he was the one that was invited.
Ruby uses the staff to rap on the wall so that nobody has to get within 3 feet of the door.
Sapphire crosses his arms and goes, I didn't tell you the secret knock, but okay.
That was one too many.
Whoops.
And now we're done.
As you
Yeah.
you tap on the door, wood on stone rings out, and you wait maybe 30 seconds. Then you can hear the claw on stone sound as something heavy and clawed on the other side of the door approaches, opens the door from the other side, just pushes it outwards on hinges you never saw before, Kess. And you see
Busy
before
vomiting.
you something akin to the size of Sapphire, built like a shithouse. I'm assuming they're big in fantasy worlds as well. Completely covered in fur, no clothing upon it. A bipedal bear. Just stares at... Go on.
Oh, no, continue.
Just stares out at you lot, and you just hear a follow. And it turns to walk back. Were you interrupted, Ruby?
No, I was just about to speak to the bear in Druidic, say hello, we've been invited to come looking for work, but he seems to know why we're there anyway, so doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you follow the bear?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
The bear.
I'll follow
Cool.
Sapphire if Sapphire's following the bear.
Yeah, Sapphire will follow the bear. So yeah, come on.
Alright,
Just
cool.
goes marching in.
Knuckles white around the quarterstaff, but yeah.
So, if you all look at roll 20,
Okay.
I will take you to the map.
Take me away.
What's the worst that could happen?
Well,
Stars and bears.
Well, we've got the bears.
So if you all look at your map now,
There's the stars.
oh boy.
Scroll, 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 scroll. Ooh.
What on this name of the squishy is that?
for those at home, you should now be able to see roll 20 map. You guys have come in from the left hand side.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
In front of
Oh,
you
it's
is
a bear. Okay, I
yeah.
was trying to work out what its face was on my tiny screen.
You see before you a beautiful the stonework on the floor, despite being cracked in areas, is a very, very smooth, almost perfect stone. The cracks in it, despite the map, are very precise. The artwork on the floor is a large star. You see a familiar face. Well, a couple actually. You see Abal, the Desert Rose, a vampire companion of Ulrich, standing about 30-40 feet from you. Across the room, it is about 85 feet maybe. There is a doorway to the north, east, and south. You see 3 6.5, 7 foot werebears next to a bar. At the far corner, dancing around the 4 pillars that are in this room in each corner, have stars decorated all around them. There does appear to be a pattern to the stars. They don't seem to be random, as if they are constellations etched into the stonework of the pillars themselves. And you see a very, very curly, ringleted, blonde-haired woman that Ari, Zandria, and Kess
mentalist.
have seen, have definitely seen before. You see
She gives me the creeps.
You see Lady Emile dancing around as if she is but 5 years old, dancing around the pillar, pointing at all the stars, counting them, and she's humming and singing away to herself, oblivious to what's going on around her.
She dies first.
Her blue robes flowing out around her.
Oh, she gives me the heebie-jeebies so bad.
And as you enter, Abal notices Sapphire first, has a look at you all. What were your performance checks?
Oh,
I didn't roll
19.
one.
Cass, what were
Give
your
us a sec.
performance?
Give me a sec. I'm just pulling up the thing.
I kind of figured I'm not really performing.
No,
at this
you are not in
point.
disguise, you don't need to worry about it.
Oh, this should be in theory okay. What's my performance? Okay. So that is a 21 to performance.
Cool, Zandria? Ari,
19.
19.
6.
Would you like to use a reroll?
Please.
Yes.
We've got 1 left, so you might as well.
Three.
Oh my god.
All right, well, this
Oh, but do you not?
What's your bonus to performance?
2.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
well, this changes
Why would you
things.
assume I had a high bonus to performance?
Because of your charisma, you're warlock.
I mean, my charisma is only a 15.
So that's +2. So,
Oh.
and if you're not proficient, you're only getting your 2. So you walk in. Abal nods to Sapphire, looks over the party, pauses for a moment. The 3 bears around her, moving. Just in a... They move naturally, they don't rush to her side. Greetings, Sapphire. Are these the companion mercenaries you were talking about?
Well, these were some people that seemed interested in the job. They were pretty keen on finding some mercenary work, and I don't know, they seemed like they could hold their own.
Come inside, please close the door behind you.
Sapphire looks around at everyone. Closes the door.
You close the door, and as you close the door, Ari, you hear the same sound as before. Like a building of energy.
And
There
now
is-
we are locked.
There is a smile across Abal's face as she stares straight at Zandri and goes, "Ah, the sister." And we'll call it there.
Oh no.
A 6.
We should have stayed in the woods with the badgers.
So,
A 6 and a 3.
Oh god.
an hour of planning that shit.
Oh god.
Zandri are walking and go, "It's me."
Hello.
So, yeah, we'll call it there. It's just after 11. There's a good chance the next part of the story is going to take a little while, so we'll move it on to next week.
Just a bit.
Thank you very much for tuning in. I don't know if it's broke, but I've not seen the viewers drop below 19 or go up, so I don't know if we've just been really consistent or something's going mental. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the bits that were donated and a couple of new follows. It's really cool. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you enjoyed the story. And I hope you join in next Tuesday at about 8 o'clock to see where what happens next week when they fight 3 werebears, a vampire, and a lunatic wizard. So,
she's the worst.
it's good to have Ruby's got 2 sessions under her belt now, and Ruby is fucking quality. Oh. Really enjoying that. A big thank you to Sasha, aka Ozra, who I'm going to spend the rest of the week persuading to play next Tuesday to see what her grave cleric can do. So thank you for at least the last 2 sessions.
Thank you very much for having me.
You can go find Sasha's stuff on Sawdust Swearwords. Put the link up on Nick's Rising on YouTube. There should be links up and stuff, so go follow them. Is Ashana still streaming, do we know?
Yeah.
Cool.
She is.
Cool. Alright, so what we're going to do now is raid Ashana. If you could do some big heavyweight gaming love and just shout gravy a lot at her. That'll she'll know who it is. But yes, so thank you very much. Tune in next week. Go follow it. There you go, YouTube stuff for Next Rising. Go follow us on social media. I didn't do social media, Mel. I didn't do social media. Oh my god.
Oh no.
You're fired. You're fired. So am I. Right, go find us on social media. Right, we're going to raid now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And let's go say hello to Ashana. So say for now, players, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, players.
Players.